stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Just like me.
Welcome, guys, one more time to your weekly dose of misinformation. What we just want to let you guys know that the aliens are all real, apparently, according to what we see on the internet. Yeah, so that's
I believe.
You believe. Hey, thank you to everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Access Vegas. Thank you to everybody who came out to our animal rescue white party that we did in Miami, Florida last Saturday. Really appreciate you guys coming out there. It was Hounds for Heroes. They raise money for service animals, actually, not for disabled veterans. So I really appreciate that. June 3rd, we also have another one coming up in Los Angeles if you guys want to check it out. And then August 6th is going to be the Swimsuit USA preliminary, along with Swim Week here in Las Vegas, if you guys are interested in coming out to any of that. Did you have anything coming up?
No, I did not. Well, we have the June 3rd. We were doing Babes in Toyland in Los Angeles.
Yeah, in Los Angeles. That's it. That's the one. ABC Australia is joining us. Give them all a big round of applause. Thank you guys for joining us.
You guys like the barbecue.
I think they're a little confused. They're like, there's all these women here and they're friends with these guys. That's weird. They didn't expect that. So thank you, all you ladies, for coming out here and joining us. We're going to go ahead and introduce everybody who is on the show. We got an exciting show for you. Make sure you send in your super chats. Make sure you follow us on Access Vegas, Michael Sartain, and Rollo Tomasi on YouTube. You're also on what? We're doing this on X?
We are on X. We are on Twitch. We are on Twitter. We are on Rumble. And then we are on your channel, my channel, and the Access Vegas channel. And you should subscribe to that channel, please.
Okay. One other thing I want to say, I'm going to start live streaming like what Rollo does on Sundays. I'm going to start doing that on Fridays at 4 if you guys want to check that out. I am going to start a Rumble and a Kick, spending a week in, guys, make sure. Yeah, somebody's thing went out there. You guys, make sure that I spent a week in Miami hanging out with Clavicular. Yeah, it got me into Kick, so I'm gonna, so I'm gonna probably start doing that. That was an entertaining week. All right, so let's get to our guests. Really happy to have her back. She's returning once again from Stockton, California. She's an OnlyFans model. It is West. Welcome, Wes. Hold on, let's get her all there. Okay, we called her a poltergeist because she's from Ecuador. She's a model, and she's confirmed 15 times, and she's finally here. It is Christina Wonder. Give her a big round of applause. She's from Northern California. She's an orgasmic oracle. It's Damiana Love. Damiana. So, like, she's dominating. Okay, cool. She's from Washington State. She's a musician and a waitress. It is Michi. Welcome, Michi. Hey, grab the mic like it owes you money. Just
God damn it.
There we go. I love it. Okay. She is from Vegas. She's the host of MM Angel. Please welcome again Miss Monica Cruz.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming up. Wait, hold on, Monica. You have one big change.
County.
What's your big change, Monica?
I have a boyfriend.
Get out of here. Let's give her a big round of applause. We did it. All the therapy, that's the deep shadow work she did on the show. She finally got a boyfriend. She is from the Bay Area. She is a club goddess and a host. It is Laura. Welcome, Laura. She is the point guard for the Las Vegas Aces. She's a WNBA first round draft pick. She's from New Jersey. Welcome, Bree Hunter, to the show. Okay, awesome. She is from Idaho. She's in tech sales. Jessica, welcome back to the show, Jessica. She's from New Mexico. She's a luxury broker. It is Alanis Rose. Welcome, Alanis. This is your first time coming on, right?
Yep.
Beautiful. Right. Good to have you. She is from Fort Lewis, Washington. She's a model and a content creator. It is Kiera May. Welcome, Kiera. And a guy just sitting in, chilling out, watching us. It is Mark from Australia. Welcome, Mark. Welcome to the show, Mark. Thank you so much for joining us, Mark. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, we're going to keep this thing going. We have a couple of videos we want to go
I want to ask one question from all the girls real quickly. Go around here. How many of you went to EDC last weekend?
None of you guys went to
EDC? Really?
I almost went.
That's
I was
wild.
Not feeling good. I should have gone.
You guys must be in committed relationships with men that you respect. That's wild. None of you went to EDC?
I was expecting every hand here to go up.
That's crazy. Goodness. Who here went to Coachella? Anybody went to Coachella? God, you guys must love God and your boyfriends. That's unbelievable. None of you went to Coachella?
I'm a burner. I save everything for Burning Man.
Yeah, so Burning Man is good?
Oh, yeah.
the idea of like having to poop in someone's RV that I don't know. I just
you
don't
bring
really.
your own RV and then.
Oh, that's it. I'll just bring my own RV. That'll be good.
Yeah, you could rent one, and I feel like you've done a lot of like infantry combat
Crazy
stuff.
shit.
No,
You
it
can
did.
handle it. Like,
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
definitely going to
handle
bivouac outside at Burning
it.
Man
You
for
can
sure.
handle it.
That's definitely something that'll happen. I want to start with this one. Can we do this one real quick?
Yeah.
Let's do that one.
Okay.
real quick. So guys, everybody check the screen here. If you, Wes, if you want to listen to Christina's headphones, you can.
Okay. 1 second.
Almost.
That's the first one because there's two. That's a two-parter.
Okay,
here we go.
I love a guy who like gives me no attention. I love it. Like if you text me or call me too much, like I will never speak to you again. I love a guy. I love it.
I love how like 5 minutes.
love it.
You're like, I am obsessed when they treat me like absolute shit. And then also guys all in Miami taking notes right now.
I'm being dramatic. Like I just don't like someone who is too mushy gushy and all over. You know,
Yeah, I
and
feel
just
like
give me some space because I don't. Do you like horoscopes? Like, do you believe in that at all?
Yeah, I do. What are you?
I'm a Sagittarius.
What does that mean?
I feel
that's
like
the
I
one
like
I don't
to
know
be
about.
very like independent and like I don't like to be bothered. I don't like to feel like trapped,
Smothered.
Like, if someone makes me feel smothered, I will run so far away they'll never see me again.
Dude, I'm a Leo. I'm like, if I feel like I can dominate you, like I will literally eat you alive and I will never speak to you again. Get out of here with that.
Okay, that's
here's
one.
part two.
That's part two. That's part one. Anything to say about that?
No,
real
keep
quick?
going. Keep going.
Want to keep going that? Okay, I'll look at the other one.
That little fucking bitch
So you
boy
need
energy.
someone to like match your energy
Yeah.
and like test you. I love someone who like flirtedly shits on me, kind of. Do you know what I mean? Not like too much, because there's guys in Miami who will go in on you and actually make you feel like the biggest piece of crap in your life.
Right, you're like,
because
that's
that's their
not
way of
cute.
flirting. But I just a little bit of like a tease. Also, a thing for me is I have a hard time giving or receiving compliments. So that works better for me if we can like shit on each other and that's our way of flirting. For me, like if I say something nice to a guy immediately, and I've caught myself and I'm working on this.
Yeah.
Okay. But I will like immediately then say something, or I'll be like, oh, whatever. Like, whatever.
Wait, can we talk about
Okay, real quick, ladies. Do any of you ladies have a reaction to that? Off the
I
rip.
actually agree with her.
Go ahead. What
I
do
agree
you think?
with her to a sense.
Okay.
If my man is so focused on me and wanting to message me 24/7, what do you honestly have going on for yourself? I'm a busy girl. I'm an entrepreneur. I own my own company. If you can't match that energy, I'm not texting you 24/7.
Elias, did you go to college somewhere?
I did. I have 2 master's degrees.
Okay. Just want to point that out.
That explains it.
Just
Oh, yeah.
want to point that out.
Mhm.
You have 2 master's degrees. Got it. Okay, cool.
What
Just
are
wanted to-
what are they in? What do you major in?
So I am a nurse by trade.
Mhm.
So I have my master's in business administration.
Wow.
Okay, awesome. Anybody else have a thought about that?
Wow. Good thing we cherry picked that one.
Yes, for sure. Christina, what do you think about that video?
I agree with her as well. I think that if you're constantly checking on me, it's kind of gonna annoy me. Like, aren't you busy? Don't you have
Got
things
it.
to do?
Yeah.
Wes, what do you think?
Speaking of the mic.
I think there needs to be a balance, because I really agreed with how she said someone who checks her and doesn't always praise her and love bombs her, because I need that reality check. I love when a guy will tell me that I don't look good, because then why are you going to let me walk out of the house and you're lying to me that I am dressed well, that I look cute, and you're telling me, like, maybe not so roughly or like in a negative way, but being like, hey, like, don't you want to maybe change or do your hair? Or I think you need more makeup for that interview, babe. Like, your audition is not going to go well if you look like this.
Incredible.
So it's that reality check.
Anybody else have a thought about that video?
I would say having her like kind of piggyback it off what you said. It's like checking more of like my emotions. Like when I'm kind of like emotionally charged or freaking out, it's like I want the guy to like just check me and be like, it's okay, just breathe. You like recenter you in that way. And I do, I like New Yorkers, so I kind of like when guys like, bust your balls a little bit. And there is a dance, and there's definitely a dance of like, I want to know you're available, but I also want to know that you're not smothering me, because then I will kind of freak out. But I do want to know there's a vibe. I don't know if that makes sense. It's a dance.
Anybody else?
Like, just communicate with me that you're busy, and if you're, because I'm also busy too, so I'm not going to message all the time. But if you wait till the end of the day to message me when you could have just said, hey, I'm busy, I'll call you later.
Wes, I think you're asking for healthy communication and a healthy relationship. And I think the two women in that video, that's a very foreign concept to them.
No,
They break up with dudes and then shit on their exes
Well,
publicly.
they're not emotionally available women.
Yeah.
They're not
That's interesting, isn't it? It's not like they're popular or anything, right? Oh, wait a second. She hosts the #1 podcast in the world.
6 to 10 million.
Oh, that's
per
right. Oh, that she
episode.
does. Okay, cool.
Wait,
Just make sure. Anybody else? That's
that's
the host to Call Her Daddy.
That's Alex.
That was Alice Cooper.
Who it was?
All right, anybody else?
See, just like how they were kind of talking about the relationships, I feel like now that I have a boyfriend, like I have all these revelations. But like I used to be like that. I was like bitter. I was like, oh, I want somebody that is like kind of treats me like trash because that's all I'm used to. It's like, well, that's what I wanted at that point in my time. But then when you are gifted like a good relationship or somebody that still you can shit talk to, but is like not being an asshole or douchebag and actually putting you down, it is that like balance. And I feel like they're just so stuck in like the toxicness of what they've dealt with already.
Anybody else?
I think it's absolutely like agreeing with so much with what has already been said. But when you're at a certain level of consciousness, emotional intelligence, and a level of awareness, you're only going to love and accept and embrace that which is meeting you where you're already at. And these women, it's so wild to hear that they have the #1 podcast.
No, I mean, so the top 10, there are 4 or 5 in the world. For a female hosted podcast that are #1 in the world.
Wild. Well, I just think about the ripple of impact that's having.
That
on
is interesting.
people, and just thinking
I didn't have to say shit. That's interesting. You came to that conclusion. Anybody else?
Because it's interesting, it's entertaining.
Yes.
People want this drama, but a stability doesn't have entertainment like that.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
That's why people are watching it, because it gets them out of their own reality, and then what they're seeing is also what they're reflecting in their day-to-day actions.
Okay, so you guys have all chimed in on this. I'm curious, if you were a guy who's, let's just say, between the ages of 20 and 30, do you think that you get dating advice on the internet that may be conflicting or confusing to that? Give me an example. What do you think?
So.
What do you think? Are we told to be the asshole, or are we told to be the nice guy?
I think there's so much programming that is where people are told to, men are specifically told to treat women like shit. And because women have mostly been treated like shit their entire lives, especially
I think the majority of programming is not to treat women like shit at all.
Well,
I think if I listen to Justin Baldoni, if I listen to Chris GQ Perry, if I listen to Will Hitchens, if I listen to just Derek Jackson, if I these content creators all have 3-4 million followers, and none of them are saying that.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that. But there also is there's both sides, and there is a lot of programming of not treating women well. And
I would love it, and I think most of the guys in the chat would agree with this. I would love it if I knew I could just be so good to my girlfriend all the time and it would work out perfectly. But I'm almost 50 years old, and I've been in a lot of relationships, and there's always a point where if I do everything she wants, she will punish me for it. Now, if I had said that before we showed this video, I might get in trouble. But the reality is, you guys have all agreed with this concept.
Well, doing everything that she wants is also not the way.
Right. It's not having
the way, because there's not respect. There's
the,
not a level of honoring.
Could the answer be for men to have some kind of boundaries?
Absolutely.
Right. Have healthy boundaries where they're like, hey, let's put you in your place. We don't have to call you names. We don't have to use profanity. We just say, hey, honey, the thing that you did the other day in front of my clients, let's never do that again. That's outside the realm of a reality. Okay.
Well, this is, again, it's emotional intelligence. It's the ability to know what you're experiencing and to not blame your partner for what you're experiencing, to be able to express like, hey, when we're out in public, when you do this, I experience this. And it's really hard for me to handle that. I'd really love if we can come up with something that feels better for both of us.
Well, yeah.
Having that conversation, the ability for men and women, this is something that all of us struggle with, because again, we weren't really shown, most of us were not shown what healthy emotional intelligence looks like period. And if you look at all of our programming and all of the TVs and the shows and the porn, they're not really teaching that. There is some good stuff out there on social media, on YouTube. There is powerful information out there, and like I'm hoping that more of that is like taking over, like what you're saying. I love that you're saying listing all those male podcasts. That's amazing. But I really do think it's a matter of taking responsibility for our own experience and being able to build healthy relationships based on emotional
I think what I'm hearing you ladies say, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that you would not mind if a man had strong boundaries.
We need them. We
wouldn't mind that. But I also don't think that's what they were saying.
Exactly.
I think they were saying they wanted men to treat them like shit.
Someone had to say it.
And that is the #1 female podcast that more women watch that podcast than anyone in the world. So we can just shut down Access Vegas. We don't have to do the show anymore. You want to know why? Because Alex Cooper is doing the show for us. She keeps having one A-list celebrity on after another, telling everyone in the audience, I wasn't ready to be with a good guy. I needed a guy who treated me like shit. And this is the whole thing. I don't ever want to I wish so badly that I could treat my girl just so good every day. But I also know that I have to have boundaries. And if I don't do that, then all of a sudden I get this massive pushback. And I'm not imagining this. This is real. But this is not the advice that men are being given. They're being given the advice that, hey, you're having a hard time in your relationship. You need to go to therapy. You need to become way more vulnerable with your girlfriend. You need to express yourself more. And yet, I listen to these women who are like, I'm dating a guy who doesn't express himself at all, and I can't wait to have sex with him. That's what I'm hearing. So
that's because she's intentionally being inflammatory. How much closer do I?
You're
that's
good.
good. Yeah.
You're good.
She's intentionally being inflammatory. I feel like Alex Cooper is to misguided women what Joe Rogan is to misguided men. Like half of her content at this point is to get reactions like this.
Okay.
She's an idiot. She's been an idiot forever. And like they just did a whole expose on her and her husband.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Being
why
assholes.
so why do these A-list
What
celebrities
are you
keep going? Why do these A-list celebrities keep going on the
I
show?
was going to say we have other.
Why?
I've got other.
She is literally the Hollywood industrial complex at this point. Why
Of
did
course she is, because it's a
I think
it's a big name
did Kamala
podcast.
Harris go on her show? Like you can't be more chosen than that.
Well, that's pandering at that point, right?
Okay.
But the same thing with Joe Rogan. How many people go on that show and you'd be like, why would you want to be? It's because of the
I would love to go on
platform,
Joe
right?
Rogan. Joe, hit me up.
Well,
By the way,
that's
I'd go and
you,
call her
but-
daddy too in 2 seconds.
Oh man.
And
That would be
I'd
amazing
go and call and be like,
conversation.
Alex, tell me more about how you want to be treated by men. This is so great. I didn't know anything about this. My point is,
Smack my
I'm just
bitch
trying to point out that like it's so I had a long time ago when I first started my podcast, I had a playmate named Marie Chevalier. Elizabeth Marie Chevalier on. She's sitting right next to me, and I go, Elizabeth, tell me about what you really like in a guy. And she said what I hear all women say. I want him to be caring. I actually want him to stalk me. I want him to be obsessed with me. She was joking, but she goes, I want a guy who's super nice to me, and he's just all about me. And then I go, that's incredible. Can you tell me about your last 2 boyfriends? And she goes, oh, they were both narcissists. What? Wait, what? So the guys that you and I'm like, I can find any one of you. You ladies are all attractive ladies. I can find a ton of guys that would be super nice to you and give you all the attention that you want, and you would not give that. You wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. Yes, they would give you the ick. They would give you the ick. Again, Mark, I don't have to lead them down this path. Like, you can see. And so the idea is that there's this massive misinformation campaign on how men should understand women. I absolutely don't think you should ever use pejoratives, disrespect for your girl. And if you're in a relationship and you're committed and you made a promise, don't cheat on your girl. I don't believe you should do any of those things. But in these situations, I do think it's important for your girlfriend to understand that you have other things going on. And here's a big one. I think it's important for whoever you're dating to know that other women find you sexually attractive. I think it's very important. Everyone's agreeing. That's incredible because if I wanted a different show and I said this, everyone would disagree with me and tell me how toxic it is for us to believe this. But that's the issue. So thank you guys for letting me cherry pick you all to be on the show here today. But this is essentially what I'm saying. So I do really appreciate it.
I was going to say, so right after the Louis Theroux Manosphere documentary,
yes,
Rob Henderson had to chime in, and one of the things he was, I can't think of a more ignorant take, but
love you, Rob.
Yeah, well,
come on the show, Rob.
I actually, no disrespect, but it was just such an ignorant take in the sense that it's like these guys he's saying that the guys in the show are essentially saying, treat that woman badly or something like that, and then she'll like you. Like neg hits and all this other kind of shit, and like completely butchered, has no idea what he's talking about. But when you see something like that on Alex Cooper, and she's confirming what Myron said on Fresh and Fit, right, or somebody else said on Fresh and Fit. Now, here's the thing: is how does this affect guys who are watching that content, and then they say, well, Alex Cooper said they almost identically the
You
same
guys
thing.
watch her,
And
though?
so
They'll watch that clip.
They'll watch that clip.
They'll watch that clip. They won't watch the whole episode.
What they'll do, like say for example, like I can say it's maybe it's a good thing to be a little bit, you know, a little emotionally unavailable, right? Or maybe I'm not saying, you know, smack your bitch up or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, being, you know, having a little bit of push and pull right there, a little the takeaway kind of thing, right?
No, it's having boundaries.
Having boundaries.
If
right?
you have boundaries,
see,
all those things.
See, here's the thing: is it goes beyond just boundaries.
Well, no. If you have boundaries, then the algorithm causes you to actually take the right action.
But if I'm defining if I'm just having the conversation, if I'm defining this dynamic, and the guys in the chat go, "Oh man, Rollo and Myron and everybody else said to just smack your bitch up," then that's what's gonna.
I think they need to get their testosterone checked. They sound like Kermit the Frog.
So what happens is they will take that video, they'll take that message, and they will take it to the nth degree. They will take it to the most
there's
illogical,
no nuance
ridiculous,
on social media,
like extreme.
Because I feel like if a guy's doing it too much, like it is a dance. It's like if you are busting my balls or being a little bit too much, then that will give me the ick too. I'm like, I'm not even trying to be around here. You know, I want to like, I feel like at this stage of my life, like I know when a man is like being a gentleman and showing like good gestures, and like those are things that I appreciate, but it's like it's subtle and it's noticeable, but it's like doesn't have to be like overbearing.
I think you can explain to a woman that you're seeing what your boundaries are, not raise your voice to her, and then when she exceeds those boundaries, then just walk away. I think that's something most women are not used to.
Calm, masculine.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
It's so
Isn't it funny
refreshing.
being stoic? Now,
stoic,
I see. Do you hear what she said? The 2018 American Psychological Association literally came out with a study saying that traditional masculinity, and actually used the word stoicism as being toxic. So you ladies are saying that you like it. Literally, the APA in 2018 said that this is toxic masculinity. You guys understand how there might be a little bit confusion? And then the bottom third of men have no sex. And the top 10% of men are having 33% more sexual partners. Isn't that weird? It's almost like we're being taught how to not make this work, and how to not be able to actually be attractive to women. And in order for us to figure out how to be attractive to women, we have to watch super offensive podcasts like this one to figure it out. Go ahead.
I think it's very situational, though. I mean,
get close.
Every woman is different. I mean, for me, I have a completely different experience. I mean, for me, I'm like, if you're not completely obsessive, like it's all or nothing. And that's, you know, how I've experienced things. I've had beautiful relationships where we are both individuals creating our own relationship, and we are parallel in what we're doing, but we're obsessed with each other where we're also creating our own life and having that healthy relationship. And it's a lot of communication. It is a lot of emotional intelligence being in that. And I've had the opportunity to have two beautiful relationships where I've experienced that. And also it's about your what you have. It's your not boundary, but it's a level of what you accept in your life and what you know you actually want. What the level of there's a word that I'm looking for, but I'm missing it right now.
Standards.
Yeah.
Right.
Standards are so important. And when you realize you have a certain standard that you want, you will accept nothing less.
I'll tell you something that was a huge change for me. Okay. I would go out with girls, and ladies, who here has gone on a date with a man and you knew you weren't going to have sex with him? Notice we've done this 15 times. Every time they raise their hand, every woman in the room raises their hand. People cannot believe me when I say this. So you guys know that. So as a guy, like say in my 20s, I'd be out with a girl. She knew she'd want to hook up with me, and I would do this thing where I would just keep trying to make out with her and just keep going for it over and over.
Just for clarification, you're saying you show up to the date?
No. At the end of the date, we've gone on the date. Yeah. We've gone to dinner. We're back at my place. We're watching TV. I go for it. Make out. This is kind of like typical PUA shit. And this is like 20 years ago. And so I would keep trying over and over again till finally she would just like leave. And then this crazy thing I did, which is at about the 2 or 3 hour mark, I'd be like, hey, listen, I got to get up in the morning. Can I call you an Uber? It's been a really great time. And I did that. And one of two magical things happened after that. Either one, she's like, okay, now I want to have sex. Or 2, the next time I saw her, she's like, okay, now I want to have sex. It was so crazy because it was the first time she'd ever met a man in her entire life who actually decided that getting good sleep was better than chasing after a woman. She'd never seen that before in her life. That was an experience she never had. That was 20 years ago. Today, most of you have, how many of you guys would have a dude just sit there and try all night to smash? He's just not going to give up. Raise your hand. Stop lying.
Pest.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're going to try all night. And so that's the thing. That's the difference. It's okay. Again, ladies, will you guys go to the gym? Guys look at you. They do. They're like, oh my God, she's attractive. You guys see guys staring at you all the time. Do you apologize to your boyfriend when guys stare at you? No, you don't. So as a man, you shouldn't apologize when women find you attractive. I think you shouldn't have to do that as well. And so that's the whole thing. I think both genders it's okay to let other people know, hey, I love your house, I love your car, your boyfriend's really attractive, etc. While it may be a little bit of stress initially, I also think it makes women more attractive. It's not that I think that, the data says that. Go ahead.
Whenever somebody does that, I say, thank you. I have a mirror. I own a mirror.
I own a mirror. You look good. Yeah, that's awesome. Put a 1 in the chat if you are ready to date Michi. Let's get in there. Let's get Michi. Let's partner Michi up. Do you want to do?
Wait, here's your boundaries right here.
Her boyfriend is here, just so you know.
Okay, beautiful.
Michi's off the table.
Okay, good. Michi's off the table. Thank you for letting us know that. We should have asked that. Do you want to do this one or this one? This one right here. Hey, okay. We were talking with Mark about this before, about men competing with other men. This is one of the funniest ways that men what is the number one way that men denigrate other men? Do you guys know?
About their cock size?
That's generally men don't do that. I think women denigrate men with that. What do you guys know what it is? What's the number one thing when they don't like a guy? They say he's what? Anybody know? Go ahead, play it.
Gay. That's funny. Gay. Wait. Can I say one thing about the last thing that you said before we switch? What you were just saying, the reason why that's so attractive for you or any man to be like, hey, I need to get some good sleep tonight. It's because you're taking care of yourself. Yeah. And when a man and a woman, when we all take care of ourselves and we prioritize our own bodies and our own health, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, it's so attractive when you're a healthy person that is attractive to you. And so for me, someone who is number one devotion is to my temple. And that's what I show people how to do, how to heal themselves naturally, how to transform their experience. So for me, if someone is like, I gotta get up early and I'm like, yes,
it was magical. I had gone out with this girl like 4 times. And then one time I was like, hey, this has been really great. I do this. Let me, and by the way, the Uber Black too, like the most expensive Uber. Spending money to bring a girl to your place, that might be simping. Spending money to get a girl to leave, that's not. And so she would see that and then she'd be like, no, I'd rather stay. And so I had to cancel the Uber. Do you want to play this one?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay, no audio.
I've got to re-download. Go ahead.
Okay, so we need some time.
Yeah, just give me a second. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So back to this whole concept before. About having boundaries and there being a bunch of what I think is a lot of guys are misled when it comes to what they need to do in a relationship. And the other thing that I have found is, and we're going to watch a Scott Galloway clip here in a little bit.
That's a long one too, by the way. So we're going to have to
work our
way through it. Yeah. Give me a second. Go ahead.
Okay. The other idea that Scott Galloway talked about this, where men are kind of described as Homer Simpson or they're Ted Bundy. They're either predators or they're just completely ignorant. And because of that, that pervasive narrative is on social media so incredibly frequently that it causes women in general to think less of men. And then the New Statesman comes out with an article, this was about 3 weeks ago, where they go over the fact that in general, 50% of women have a negative view of men and 21% of women have an actively negative view of men. Like they very much don't like men. For the opposite, for men, it was only 7% of men. And so one of the things that and when they surveyed younger women, those women liked men even less. And so the thing that I would say, what is the correlation? The greatest correlation is how much time they've spent on social media. I absolutely believe that the number one teaching tool that people have, young people have in general, is TikTok right now. And it's causing massive levels of brain rot. So now we get into a situation where it's like, well, I'm on a date with a guy, but he doesn't make me feel the butterflies. Swipe away. Swipe away. I'm not having the feeling right now. Swipe away. Swipe away. I'm not getting that. He doesn't feel like my soulmate. Swipe away. Swipe. They're being taught, I don't like this feeling. Swipe away. Swipe away. And then now we get into a dating society where women are like, I asked you ladies, how many of you guys go on a date with a guy you knew weren't going to have sex with? Boop. All of you rose your hand because we're in a different society now. We're in a society where it's like, you like getting attention. For men, it's like we want to for us to get our validation as men, in general, it comes from some level of compliance. And then also a beautiful woman that we very much like having sex with us. That is part of our validation. For women, they can get their validation from the attention that they get from other people, which is why social media is so addictive and so pervasive for women. And it is the greatest envy creation tool in history. That's what social media is. And it's causing people to have distorted views of what they can get. Are we ready?
Ready to go.
All right, let's watch this.
Is gay or straight?
I'm gonna go gay.
And then what makes you say that?
Just the tattoos with the sunglasses for some reason.
Are you gay or straight?
Straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Oh yeah.
You think that guy's gay or straight?
Probably gay.
And what makes you say that?
Just the way he's standing, like.
And then are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Nah.
Would you think that guy is gay or straight?
Closeted for sure.
And what makes you say that?
I don't like the fancy drinking pants and all that. It's just like you're gonna go to the beach, wear regular shorts.
Are you gay or straight?
Straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
I don't know.
You think that guy is gay or straight?
Yeah, he look a little gay to me.
And are you gay or straight?
Oh my
straight.
God.
You think people could tell based on how you look?
Yeah.
Hey, would you think this guy's gay or straight?
Gay as fuck.
And then why you say that?
Because how he looks and how he's standing.
And then are you gay or straight?
Straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Definitely.
You say that guy is gay or straight?
Probably gay.
And then are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on how you look?
Hell no.
You say that guy is gay or straight?
Gay.
And then what makes you say that?
How he's standing.
Okay. And then are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on how you look?
Maybe.
You think that guy's gay or straight, bro?
Gay.
And then what makes you say that?
Just the way he's standing.
Okay, now, are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on how you look?
Probably not right now. Probably not right now.
At least he's keeping it real.
What do you guys think that's an example of?
That if you sleep with men, it's an insult because if you're a girl and you have a high body count, they're like, oh, you sleep with too many men? That's gross. But if you're a guy and you sleep with a man, that's gross too. So like the problem is sleeping with men.
The problem for both is sleeping with men.
Yeah, like that's like
pretty funny.
It's like, don't
That's
be
pretty.
sleeping with
That's
men.
pretty funny. Don't have the same conclusion. Does anybody think what is the opposite? By the way, so for men, when men compete with other men for women, the way they denigrate each other is by calling each other gay. If you played high school football, you got called. There were words that we can't say now that you would say regularly. In the locker room. So what do women do to denigrate each other? What do they call each other?
While they slap each other on the butt. When
Yes,
it's
correct,
play,
correct.
Like, ironically,
Correct.
right?
Like
well, I
it's-
mean,
it's-
okay, so
locker room
let's
culture.
just explain that a little bit
Yeah,
more. The
please do.
reason
Break
why
that down
the reason why guys call like if you're in a group of people and guys are there and another guy comes in and he's very, very good looking, people will look the guys instantly say, well, guys that look like that are probably gay. That guy's probably gay.
Which is
right?
a compliment because it
Right.
means you take care of yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. But the thing is that what happens is those guys. So this is a form of intra-sexual competition. Right?
Yes.
So what is the guy trying to do? He's trying to disqualify the good-looking guy
Yes.
from any consideration of the women that happen to be within earshot.
Right.
The guys that look like that are probably gay.
I was listening to William Costello was literally talking about this. And he was talking about looks maxers and clavicular. And the number one thing people are saying is that he's clearly gay. Well, I don't know if he's clearly gay, but what I do know is that
He sucks,
that's the number one way. There it is,
They
right
say
here.
Peter Thiel's his sugar daddy. Did you hear about that?
Huh?
They said that Peter Thiel's his sugar daddy.
His sugar daddy? I don't know.
Yeah, you went down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
I
So
did.
listen. Well,
Go
my
down
question
all
is,
those.
what do women do? The women have the same denigration pattern, but what do they do to denigrate each other? What do they call each other? Anybody?
That's
Again, I didn't even have to ask. It took you 1 second. That's
Went
exactly right.
straight to it.
This is straight out of evolutionary.
And what does
psych-
that do? Disqualify
Yes.
you from the reproductive
Yeah,
pool.
so
Because the worst thing you do is sleep with men. That's
Yeah.
what it's saying.
that's it.
Well,
Well,
that's
hey, you
like-
want to know something funny?
Gotcha, bitch.
Heterosexual couples, they get divorced at about 48%. Gay couples get divorced at about 21%. Lesbian couples get divorced at about 75%. So it doesn't seem like men are the problem. Isn't that interesting? But yeah, it
But
is-
no, but just the insult is if you sleep with the man. It's not the
Sure.
couple.
So let's just all stop sleeping with men. Got it. I will. I can do that. I can
Can
handle
you
that
do
one.
that? Can you handle that?
All right. So what's the way that women denigrate other women is by calling each other a slut. You're right. By saying those words that they try to keep the guys like, oh man, this is going to hurt my reputation if I make this girl my girlfriend. That's the plan. By the way, this is not an American thing or a Western thing. If you read evolutionary psychology or if you read anything, Dr. David Buss's 37 culture study with I believe he did it with 10,000 people in the study, it didn't matter if these people were Aboriginal in Australia. It didn't make any difference if they were the Yanomamo tribe in Venezuela. The idea of women denigrating other women and men calling each other homosexual was something that was worldwide that people were doing. It's not a cultural thing.
Wow.
Men and women denigrating one another in order to try to level up. Because again, if the guy's better looking than me and taller and like more women are looking at him, you want to know what women also do? There's a group of women, their bachelorette party. They come to Las Vegas. They go out to a club and a good looking guy comes up to the prettiest girl in the group. What happens next, guys? What happens next?
The refrigerator cock blocks.
That's right. The fridge protects the snacks. That's exactly right. It's always a situation. Right. Because I want you to consider this evolutionarily, the girl who's second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth most attractive in the group, if she lets things play out as the status quo, the best looking guy is always going to pick the best looking girl in her group. So she must throw chaos into the wind. She must throw a monkey wrench into this operation. Otherwise, she's always going to get second, third, fourth, fifth best looking guy. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so that's essentially what I see you ladies agreeing here. Because did any of you ladies ever have a friend who just start cock blocking on a dude that you actually kind of liked? No?
I feel like anytime you're in a group of women, regardless if it's someone you're close or you're doing a comp group here in Las Vegas, because those are so common, that there's always going to be that one or two girls that are going to be the oddball out. And anytime you are asked to go to a different table or to be with a certain demographic of people, there's always going to be those one or two girls that will cock block, even if you try to include them in the scenario.
Yeah.
Right?
Scarcity mindset.
Yeah, I feel like even if you try to integrate these in, like the girls who might not be the first ones chosen, they're still going to be the ones that are going to be like, no. There's going to be a reason that they don't want you to go. There's going to be a reason that they don't want you to be with them.
Here's something interesting. So me as a man, it is an advantage for me to be extroverted. It is. I can network with more people. I really don't have a lot of approach anxiety. It actually is a pretty significant advantage for men, especially because men are the ones who generally approach women. For men to be extroverted is something that I have to do when I coach my clients who are introverted, is try to help them out with that. If a woman is introverted or extroverted, but she's really, really, really beautiful, it's not really that much of a disadvantage for her from a sexual marketplace. In fact, if a woman is autistic and really attractive, it's not that big of a disadvantage for her. If a man is autistic and he's not, and he's of average attractiveness, it's very, very, I have clients who are on the spectrum and haven't had sex in 10 years when they come to me. And so that there's a very big disadvantage when it comes to that. So what you were talking about before, I do think there are women who don't have to be the most socially adept, but because they're really pretty in a social situation, there's a ton of studies, and I have to actually look up the metadata on this, but women who are really attractive just have a ton of advantages, and it's not just with men. In general, other women follow them. That's another thing that I found. So that is a really interesting observation that you had there. Do we have this one pulled up?
I'll get it in just a second.
Wait,
after
I
I
say
ask this,
something
yeah,
too
go
really
ahead.
quick?
Go
Because
ahead, go ahead.
sometimes, so sometimes when I go out with my really, really good girlfriends who I haven't seen in a long time, and we're out. Actually, this happened at Donnie Fox's funeral, actually. And we're at a Commonwealth, and everyone's, the whole city's, the whole industry is kind of like grieving him, but we're having a good time because we're connecting. And there's a couple guys that were outside of the group that was trying to holler at some of my homegirls. And this is just one example. And we're all gorgeous and it's fine, but like we were there bonding, connecting, and like my girls were not going to go home with him. I never see them. And
sorry
about that.
So it's okay. And so I kind of like cock block because I'm like, hey bud, like I haven't seen my girlfriend in a long time. We're catching up. Like this is our space. Like we're in the middle of an emotional night. And so I kind of am the ugly friend where I will cock block, but it's not like the guy was going to get laid by my girl anyway.
I also think
because I miss my friend.
I also think that if I befriended you, you'd make a great wing girl.
Oh, of course. Are you kidding me? It's why my homies love me.
So
Homeboys
maybe guys need to, instead of being like, I need to figure out a way to snake through the group of women to extract the one girl I want. Maybe making friends with the group of women might actually be a better strategy.
That's literally what our guy
Call me
friends
crazy.
do. Like,
Crazy. Someone should teach a course on this.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Imagine.
No, I swear. They're watching this right now. Hi, Zadok. Hi, Ian. Hey, guys. We're
They be
talking about
texting me
you.
and they're like, hey, like one time it was like, hey, come with me to this event. Like I need 2 tall bitches walking in.
Walking in.
Yeah.
They're
I was like, are you serious right now?
No,
Or, like,
for real. Yeah. They move exactly how y'all trained them.
I got you. Ladies, who slut shames women more, women or men?
Women
Women.
100%.
Thank you.
Women, like, I feel like love to bring other women down, especially when they're like more attractive than them or they feel insecure. And I honestly, like, I don't get it. Like, I'm a girl's girl, so I love a pretty like woman. I keep looking at your eyes because they're like so pretty. But women definitely slut shame women a lot more, and I've done it before. Don't get me wrong, but I honestly don't see the point of it. Like, who cares how many people?
No. The point of it is so that you have an advantage in the marketplace with other men. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Like,
but I'm like,
this is kind of a double standard. If you guys date a guy who's very successful professional athlete or whatever, and he's been with a lot of women, that doesn't really hurt your reputation.
no, not at all.
Right? You guys understand that. If I'm a guy who's successful and I'm with a girl and then behind my back she starts filming with other dudes on OF, that's really bad. I'm on the front page of No Jumper, TMZ. I'm just getting run through them. I'm a Kosh Singh. I'm basically a Kosh Singh at that point. I'm just getting destroyed. And so there's a massive difference. So why is it? So what did they say? For women, they're like, well, he's gay. He's secretly gay, which turns off a lot of women. Some women are really into that. And then the other, what do women say? She's actually a slut. It's intimating, hey, you're a high status dude. She might embarrass you in the future, not be, you might get cuckolded. This is just a, kind of an evolutionary response. So that's where that whole thing comes from. All right, cool. Do you want to try?
I got to do this. Hold on.
We got a super chat.
Got a good super chat here. Thank you for the $20, brother man. I think most men are just tired of being looked at as either Chad or Urkel. Just because we are 5'11" and making $999, just this shy of six figures a year, and have a five pack abs doesn't mean we're that's a little weird. We're serial killers or would make bad husbands. Guys are just fed
serial
up.
Killer would say. Literally, that's exactly what a
That's
serial
right.
killer
You were
would
caught.
say.
I honestly think men like this are part of the sassy men epidemic.
The sassy men.
Oh, explain. Explain sassy men.
Okay, so I feel like there is a group of men that don't understand what a man's role is anymore.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, you are to be a protector. You're supposed to protect us when we're out.
Yes.
And it needs to be to a limit, not to be overwhelming or bearing.
Why
But
are you
there's
up
so
in the
many
DJ
men
booth?
now that teach men that it's okay that you are the prize. You're not. I'm sorry, but you're not.
I don't like the
Australia's getting
when you
good
talk
shit today.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like that goes into the conversation of girls, like men being taught, like, oh, girls want a nice guy, so that's why they're going into that. I'm trying to be vulnerable. I'm trying to do this
For
and
sure.
that. But now women, I feel, in my personal opinion, I become way more masculine and like the
Yes,
boss. Of
absolutely.
People,
Right.
where I want to be bossed
Let me ask you
around.
something. If a third of men are having no sex, you think most men are being taught that they're the prize?
I think so because
They're
I have
moms.
Really?
yes,
They're
I feel like
moms.
I was certainly not
in
taught I was the
today's-
prize.
I feel like in today's generation, there's so many toxic men on the internet, whether it be streamers or influencers that are teaching men that I am the prize, and if I act a certain way, I'm gonna have a certain stature of woman.
Uh-huh.
But that just turns us all off.
I think it's
It
so
completely
ugly.
turns us all off.
Well, okay, I see what you're saying. I think some of that happens. I don't think it's the majority of men that are being taught that they're the prize. I
Have
think
you been in the dating pool lately?
Well, no, but the problem is, I think you're missing my point. I think what I'm saying is 90% of men, you don't see them. You wouldn't consider them. Right. Okay. So do you understand 90% is the majority of men? You don't give the majority of men a chance. I think the majority of those men are not being taught that they're the prize. I think they're 4 times more likely to take their own lives than the general population.
Well,
I think we're forgetting about those men because they're our busser. They're the guy at Chick-fil-A. They're the guy who delivers our Amazon. We kind of forget about them. They're the plumber. And because we forget about them, then we say most men think that they're the prize. I think of the top 10% of men, do those guys think they're the prize? Yeah, I'm with you. Are a lot of those guys narcissists? I'm totally with that. Are they rich and they think that they can just sleep with a bunch of women and cheat on them? I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I just think that it's not the majority of men. Christina, you were going to say something? No? Incredible. Do you think you don't think these sassy men? You don't have anything to say about the sassy men?
I think there's a lot of men that want to be the woman these days. Like they want to be taken out on dates and they want to be the pretty one.
Hey,
I have a funny
Stop talking about the killer
listen,
like that.
Listen,
I'm not gonna
I'm right
take this
here,
anymore.
and I don't appreciate this.
I've had an ex get mad at me because I didn't send him flowers.
I know who you're. Okay, so Christina, you and I have known each other for probably 6 years. I know some of your exes, and I agree with you that these men want to be the woman. Absolutely. I also think 99% of men, you wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. You don't notice them. And there's a bunch of guys who would worship the ground you walk on, and you would never give them a shot.
Both are true.
Yes, that's my point. That's my whole point, guys. And the reason why you guys feel that way is because it's really hard to think that the average guy in the United States makes $61,000 a year when you are on when you're on the dance floor at Omnia or your dance floor at XS, and the guy who you're talking to makes $700K a year and just bought a $20,000 men table. You start thinking all men are like this, and they're not. And the problem is, because you see attributes that you like in a guy, you know who else sees those attributes? Other women see those attributes. And those other women, when they see that, oh, look, oh, that's Christina Wonder's boyfriend. I'm gonna slide into his DMs. See what's up with him. See if I can get a little sneaky link. Because I'm hotter than Christina. I'm gonna take his man. I'm a better person. I'm gonna take. Look at her. She's nodding. She's saying yes.
I am.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you guys understand the problem. It's almost like you guys are building the moat and the castle and trapping yourself in this small little arena. There's a bunch of awesome dudes, guys, that are 5'11" and a half. Oh my God, they make $95,000 a year. Oh my God, I know it's hard. I know it would be difficult for you guys to like lower your standards at that point. But that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
But what you guys always say is like a guy who has like attractive female or women around him are more attractive.
Yes.
So as soon as you are with a man, it's like, one, I'm with my man because I think he's hot. But obviously I need to know that other people think he's hot.
Yes.
There it is.
And having to
Thank
be
you.
like confident in yourself and to know like that bitch ain't got shit.
I don't even know why I do the show anymore. I swear to God.
Do you have a
Like,
Manosphere
exactly what you're saying, it's
podcast
a
or something?
compliment.
Gosh, my goodness.
Okay.
Yes,
So I have a story.
Go ahead, Michi.
So sorry, but I have a story, and it's quite funny. And this is actually how I met Jake. So my ex, he was basically I met Jake because my ex tried to kiss him in the bathroom when they were trying to
Kiss who?
Jake.
Oh, wait, your guy
My ex-boyfriend.
tried to kiss your new boyfriend?
I have tea. Okay.
Oh my God.
So my ex-boyfriend.
No, these guys are gay now.
They're
There's
gay.
There's husbands on Grindr. The
How can I say
husbands are
Eiffel
on
Tower?
Grindr. No,
Okay,
it's an
all right,
epidemic.
all right.
Wait, did you say you love Eiffel Tower? What did you say? Oh, okay.
Well, there's nothing wrong
Eiffel
with that.
Tower.
There's nothing wrong with that if you are knowingly dating me.
For sure.
Who is,
For sure. And
obviously gay
all of you are.
Yes.
I'm looking at someone in
Or
particular.
bisexual.
All of you are.
There was nothing wrong with that, but the fact that he decided to come out to me for the first time in anybody else's life, it was just me that he had told me. I was like, okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
he had a lot to, express and a lot.
Drink,
of things.
apparently. Yes.
Well, anyway, turns out that
Like, listen,
as
Jake
we
wouldn't
were-
be the last guy I'd come out to. Like, seriously, he wouldn't. Like, Jake, I get it. Yeah, he's great hair. Like, he wouldn't be the last guy I'd come out to.
Let me clarify. This is not Jake Cope, my drum, my boy. That's not that guy. Just just saying.
Oh, it is. No,
It is Jake.
It is
No, it
Jake.
is
Oh my
Jake.
God.
The dude tried to
It
kiss
is
Jake.
that.
This Jake.
This Jake.
Coconut water Jake right here.
So I was dating this
It
man,
is Jake.
sassy, like all these things, and he didn't. I had found out later on in the relationship, and
He does have great hair.
I had broken up with him and all this. This is before I even found out. And then a friend of mine called me, and he's actually in the band with my ex-bandmate that he drums with. And they were asking me, like, how's the relationship going? I was like, well, we ended things, it's not going well. And they're like, okay, we have something to tell you. I was like, okay, what? And they were like, well, your ex-boyfriend decided that he had went out to one of the bars here in town, and Jake happened to be at the same bar, and they were hanging out, whatever, and my ex decided to go ahead and try to kiss him 3 times.
Ooh,
Three times.
Once, not just once, 3
Not
times.
3 times.
Attempt-
Did he get denied on that?
Attempted.
He did not.
Jake was like,
Did not
stop.
succeed.
Stop. Don't kiss me. Stop it.
Execute
Oh my God.
But
Stop. I'm so.
How the fuck do you do it, man? That's what I want to know.
I have a female friend. She's so attracted to gay men. It's like crazy. Like, she literally, I've told guys before, just go up to her and pretend like you're gay, and she'll just like try to take your clothes off. It's crazy. She's been on the show like once. And it was really funny. So I do this all the time. I'm like, oh my God, girl, that's so crazy. And she's like, stop it. Stop it. I don't understand how this happened. But at the same time, I love gay women. So I'm not going to sit there and complain. Can we get to this video?
Right after this brand new super chat.
All right, do it.
Mike, I just watched your Finding a Long-Term Relationship video. Is it possible to find the one that checks off all your boxes, or do you have to compromise in some areas? Thanks.
So there was a study done, and I can't remember. It was a dating app study. No, it was actually a study done on it was the Scott Galloway interview. I can't remember who it was. They do an interview and they survey a ton of men and women. They say, ladies, if you could get 80% of what you wanted in a partner, how many of you would be satisfied? And about 25% of women said that they'd be satisfied. Then they asked the men, if you could get 80% of what you wanted in a partner, would you be satisfied? And 75% of the men said that they would be satisfied. In general, that's what, it is. Men understand, like, a lot of times they're going to compromise on certain things. What I would recommend instead is that you become attractive to women in general and see multiple, you don't have to sleep with all of them, but see multiple women and have other women understand that you're attractive to the opposite sex. And what you're going to find is you are going to get the best behavior out of by the way, the same thing for women. You're going to get the best behavior out of the people that you're dating when you have like, again, let's say Christina has like 5 guys that she's talking to at the same time, but one of them, he has just a little bit less time than the other ones. And he's really, really nice and respectful whenever he's talking to you. And you go through his highlights and you see his ex, it's like 6 highlights down and his ex is a fucking 15. She's going to pay a little bit more attention to that dude. Look, she's nodding. There you go. And so that's what I would recommend for guys to do. I don't think it's toxic, especially if you're not in a relationship, for women to know that other women find you attractive. One of the things that I've done, and I've actually looked up data on this, I have a bunch of very attractive female friends that I'm not sleeping with, and I'm openly not sleeping with them. And I still get women tell me, I didn't notice you until I saw all these other women that you were around. In fact, my last 2 exes, one of them, she was like, I didn't notice you. You weren't my type until I saw my roommate was actually trying to make out with you. And the second one, she was totally not into me. And 4 girls that I knew introduced her to me. And then we ended up hooking up and like down the line afterwards because of that. So I will tell you that women vouching for you is probably the most powerful thing. But in order to do that, you have to be friends with women. And it also helps men with a thing called cross-sex mind reading. I think it's just really important, which is why I'm able to read Bree's mind so incredibly well.
That's not true.
It isn't true. You miss Willie?
I do miss Willie.
Okay, there we go. Can you play the divorce lawyer one?
Yep, here we go.
Here we go.
Dangerous person in your marriage has 847,000 followers and has never met you, but your spouse watches them every night. I'm not exaggerating when I say that social media has changed the nature of what I watched unfold in divorce cases. The comparisons are constant. The access to other people, real and imagined, is constant. The drip feed of other lives that look better, easier, and more exciting than yours is constant. And here's what that does to a marriage. It manufactures dissatisfaction of things that were fine. I went through a high conflict divorce myself. I know what the end of a real relationship costs. And I watch people now risk that cost for a version of life they saw on a screen, built by strangers who are also miserable, but post better than you do. The algorithm is not rooting for your marriage. It is optimized for your attention. And your attention is most easily captured by the belief that somewhere, someone is living a life better than yours. They are not. I promise you.
Any guys have any thoughts about that? Have you ever felt a feeling of FOMO when you're seeing somebody on a beach in Ibiza or at yeah, we've all felt that.
Or highlight reel of people's
highlight
lives
reel
or
of
what they
people's
put
lives. Yeah,
on
you feel that, right?
But a lot
No.
of people don't.
We all don't know it's fake, and
Pantera
often you're
concert.
looking at a girl and being like, "Why doesn't my boyfriend doing this?" Not knowing that you're looking at an escort. You don't recognize. You're comparing yourself. I'm not trying to denigrate anyone, but you're comparing yourself to a prostitute, and you think, "Oh my God, why am I not on a PJ? Why am I?" Because you actually, again, most ladies that I know are not paying $65,000 for one-way trips on a private jet. It's generally a man who's doing that. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is now all of a sudden my female friends are unsatisfied with their relationship because they saw some other guy, some other girl walking on the beach in Ibiza thinking, man, her boyfriend takes care of her better than mine does, not recognizing you're looking at an escort.
Yes,
Go ahead.
and that's exactly what, here's the thing is that we're looking at one girl who is taking all these trips all over the world, but we don't know that it's with different men. Different men are paying for these things, and that's the aspect of that is that it's not real, and it's glorifying something that we're all searching for. That's not the reality of the life,
They're just not in the healthiest of relationships.
Yeah,
like I've seen plenty of people where they post on Instagram and it's like, damn, like if I didn't know y'all in person, I would think you guys were in love and your relationship is like amazing.
Yes,
but in person, like that shit is toxic as fuck, and like you may be doing it, and that's where it comes into the attention. Both the guy and girl are getting something from a post like in Ibiza where you're on the fucking jet ski backwards, like fucking, like we've all seen that fucking video. I want to do that with my man eventually, but like you never know what they're actually like going through. Like literally, like I want to do that, but like you never know what's going on like behind the scenes. Because I've even been in that place where it's like people think it's all good, and then like actually it's like the worst time of my entire life.
Yeah, I have some really great videos from a horrible vacation.
Yeah.
I've definitely gone through that as well.
They're fire. So I actually have some personal insight because I was married for 8 years, and
And he regrets losing you every day, honey.
of course he does.
Yes.
Oh, he still loves me, and
watching
we
the
love each
show
other.
right
However,
now.
I did. I mean, obviously, I left for a few reasons, but I was like, you know what? I can give myself a better life than running in place and pulling dead weight and being the breadwinner and doing a lot of things. Or it's like great marriage, but it was a social media thing. But it wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm gonna find a great guy and try and find a high value man to give me this life. It's like I would be better and happier on my own.
Ooh, this is a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies.
Yeah.
So here's the analogy I like to use for men. If I go to prison, I would rather be single than be a homosexual. I would rather just not be with anybody.
Right.
So women, what they are today is a lot of them are saying, I would rather be single than get a guy who's only 99% of what I want. 100%. If you understand that that's the case and that the standard's that high, what you should expect to see is record low marriage rates and record low fertility rates. And that's exactly what we see.
It was on the brink of me having kids.
That's exactly
and
what
I don't know
we
if
see.
it's 99, but maybe it was like 85, and you're just sort of year after year, I put this much effort into it, and so you feel like, you know, especially with marriage, and you get married in front of people, so you feel like there's a lot of like social pressure.
So
yeah.
one of some of the best caveats for being with a man ancestrally, let's go like, I like to use the point about 27,000 years ago, because that's the end of Neanderthal, and the only hominids left are Homo sapiens. At that point, the benefit of being with a man is protection, provisioning, and parental investment. Okay. That's the thing. Now it's like protection. I live in a high rise. All the security guards here have a Glock. I don't really need protection. If you're a woman, provisioning, I got a degree. I make $300,000 a year. I got two master's degrees. I make my own money. I'm on OF. I'm not that good. I make $20K a month on OF. I'm not that good. I make $50K a month on OF. I'm not. So, and now you don't need the provisioning and parental investment. I don't even know if I want to have kids. I don't want to do that to my body. I think I might hire a surrogate. Like that's where we are now. So now the investment that men can give you is not as good. Unless you're in the relationship and you're dickmatized and you're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Did that bitch look at my man? I'm going to kill him. I can't believe I'm going to kill her. I can't believe this shit.
That's how you get the sassy men, right?
Yes.
Because why? Well, if you don't need, like I've heard this a million times. I've said this on Dr. Phil. Men become superfluous, right? They don't need them for long-term security. I got to make my own damn money. I got an education. I'm a strong, independent woman. Independent of what? Independent of men. Essentially. So if that's the sort of the beta buck side of the equation, so what's left? The sassy man, the guy who invests in his personal looks, who's smashing his jawline with a hammer or something like or is trying or treats you like trash, or a combination of the both is the goal. It's a sweet spot right there. And he walks right out of the penitentiary. He's ready for you as he comes out.
Like, make me a sandwich.
Is hybristophilia really all that shocking and surprising considering all this? No, what I was going to say is like, because what's left? It's just the alpha fucks. It's just the guy who it turns you on. He looks good. Why do we have filters for height? Why on Bumble and Hinge and everything? Because there's that physicality is important because you don't need him for anything else. You need him for height. You need him for being jacked. You need him for a 10-inch dick. You need him for
be so shallow as well. Just as like a pretty Barbie looking playmate can be just shallow. Yeah, exactly.
If a guy knows he's tall, he knows he's like way above. Yeah. Not even height wise.
I don't want a tall guy. I can't do it with the attitude. Please don't give me a tall guy again.
Shorter than he's like, what are you talking about, Lil?
The worst.
All right, I'm going to quote the rational male. That there's nothing more threatening to women and simultaneously arousing as a man who understands his own value to women and leans into it.
Yes.
No, but
Go ahead.
Just want to invite the awareness around like most men have been taught to perform, not to actually like inhabit their body.
Well, I don't know if that they've been taught. If you go to Marine Corps boot camp, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You
Well,
just
they're
have to
grown up.
perform.
Wait.
Well,
describe
perform,
inhabit their body. Describe
like,
it.
okay,
What is
but
that?
also like the performance aspect is what I mean by that is that they're taught to stuff everything down, to not feel, to not be vulnerable. Like a lot of men are taught, like, I'll give you something to cry about.
Could it be that men are biologically different from women and we simply process emotion?
Here's number two.
differently
Could
than
it be
women?
hold on. Could it be every time they are vulnerable, they get friend zoned or cheated on? Could that also be?
Hurt. They get punished.
Oh, okay. Yes. They get punished for being vulnerable. Okay. So could it be a lack of vulnerability in men, and stoicism is because that's who women reward with sex? Could that be the reason why?
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
part of it, but it also stems from childhood. It's not just, once they start having sex.
I promise you, like, I will
grounds
adapt
it
to
in
whatever.
Deeper.
Yes.
Grounds it in deeper. But what I want to invite is, like, as you're saying all of this of almost like there's nothing men can offer women anymore, in a way. There's a part.
I think there is stuff. I think women believe that there's nothing men can offer women anymore.
Beautiful. What I want to invite is that what men can offer. I'll speak for myself, and I've worked with like thousands and thousands of people in my career. I've been doing this for a very long time, working specifically with love, sex, relationships, coaching. I've worked with men who are virgins in their 40s. I've worked with women who have never had an orgasm in their 50s, and they're in a 20-year relationship, a 20-year marriage. Yeah. I'm helping women have orgasms like with their husband, with themselves for the first time. So I'm telling you, I've seen a very full spectrum of experience, and for me personally, and for what I show people, one of the most powerful things that men can give is actually presence. It's the gift of their pure presence, because when a man is actually fully inhabiting his body and present in his body, which is where emotional intelligence comes from, which I saw a comment where someone was like, emotional intelligence in their mind,
They
on
hate
their
that
emotions.
word.
Like,
They
you
hate
don't know what
that
that
word
means,
on
because
this
you don't know what that
podcast.
means, and that's okay. That's adorable. Cute.
I kind of like to reframe it as emotional safety. I think that's easier for men to be like, if I can feel emotionally safe with you, because there's like, oh, emotional intelligence, woo woo, we can't be fucking with that. And it's like, just make me feel emotional.
Does sound a little woo woo, doesn't it?
But you know what's so funny? Woo woo. What the fuck is woo woo? What is that? Please.
Okay.
Astrology is woo woo.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
You look like somebody who would know a coach named John Wineland. Do you know John Wineland?
I think my friends are friends with him in Austin, Texas.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But I don't know.
Okay, but you're familiar with his work. Okay, right? Like, as much as we would love men to go and do his work, he's amazing. There's not a lot of men going to that emotional intelligence type of masculinity work to hold that space, which is amazing.
Yes, because they keep getting cheated on in friend zone when they do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, again, it's a lot.
I
of
have
it, though,
4,500
is the
clients. Like, I'm
women.
telling you what the experience of men is when they act the way, because I believe in present. I read Eckhart Tolle. I love this idea. It's tremendous. And it's something I experienced with my girlfriend once we start sleeping together, not before. And
Meaning you don't have any type of presence with her until you start having.
No, I do. What I'm saying is there's a level of vulnerability you earn with me. You don't get that in the beginning. You don't get that when you're a new employee of mine. You don't get that access when you become a new friend. You earn that. Crying over your wife when she gave you a new child is totally acceptable. Yes. There's nothing wrong with that, but she earned that. The problem is we're being taught to be incredibly vulnerable to women we just met, and these women are friend zoning these men and then cheating on them. That's my point.
Men are being taught to be super vulnerable with women right now.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So-
really? Wow. Well,
hold on. Ready. Justin
I don't see
Baldoni,
that.
Oprah Winfrey. I've 50 different content creators.
I just experienced. We all have very different experiences.
Yeah, no, I've had
so it's not a blanket thing. You can't be like all men are this, all women are
No,
this,
what I'm saying
all
is-
men. It's
I
just
will
not
agree.
even-
I have had men like trauma dump on me, like literally the first.
Yeah,
15
me
minutes
too.
of the And that's
Yeah.
kind of the point that they're getting at is like they're told to be vulnerable. So it's like, hey, I have 3 baby mamas and then this, blah, 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 blah.
And
It's
I'm
like,
like,
okay.
She's like,
well,
just tell me about the felonies. I just need
tell
to
me
know about the felonies.
Like, what did you do? In
Turn
jail?
me on.
Did you drop the soap or did you not? Like, that's all. Like, no. On a serious no. Like, y'all know I'm playing. Not really, but playing. But it goes into that, like, same fact that you guys talking about. Like, I've had guys where they literally trauma dump on me, and I'm like, damn, that was a fucking lot. Like, I don't even want to continue because I didn't even get to know.
So that didn't make you sexually aroused when he trauma dumped on you?
Like, damn,
Weird.
This is like
Amazing.
a flag
Weird.
that
Isn't that
I'm,
weird?
Like, trying to look out for. Like, I didn't even get to know who you are. I didn't even get to know your favorite color, your
I didn't
favorite
even get to know
food.
your name.
I just knew that you had 3 baby mamas and you were heartbroken and this, and that. Like you have all this shit going on. That's maybe like a little bit further in, but first date's supposed to be a little more lighthearted, like to go, like make my punani like tingle or something. Like
It
you
is.
trauma dumping on me is not
A little
doing
too much
that.
truth here. We're gonna get in
just
trouble.
to be clear,
Sorry.
that obviously went a completely different direction, and I love it.
Wait,
but I also just well, from what I was originally saying, which is fine. I love it. Fuck yeah. But what I just want to bring it back to the awareness that like what men can offer. And again, I live in a very different world. Okay. Like I'm observing and I'm like, yeah, I live in a different world and I'm happy with the world I live in. But the thing is like honoring all of our different perspectives, because the more that we can experience our different perspectives and actually listen, like open ourselves up to be like, oh wow, that's a perspective that I would never hear if I wasn't willing to listen to that perspective.
I got 12 women on the show right now. I'm totally right with you.
So I love this. I love like hearing all of this.
I do. I'm just saying, like, at some point, there's the client I have who I literally am trying to help him take the gun out of his mouth. And women haven't swiped right on him in fucking 5 years. And the answer is not for him to be more present. I'm sorry. It's not.
Do you know what I would do? Because I work with people who are suicidal also.
Okay.
And you know what I would do for that?
Well,
I show them how to redirect all of that longing for a woman to be seen by a woman into themselves and to give them more presence to loving themselves and learning how to actually love themselves. Because most people, and this is a statement that I can actually say with confidence, most people are hungry as fuck. Hungry for more sex, hungry for more money, more like
touch,
more everything, more touch. They're hungry for more more houses, more yachts, more comparison. They're constantly outside of ourselves. And again, I've worked with men, not only suicidal, but who are virgins late in life, and they're having a very challenging time by that. I understand why. But what I show them how to do is redirect that energy to themselves so that they can actually come home to themselves, so that they stop longing. And you know what happens when they do that? Women are fucking attracted to them. I work with a client. I have a client right now who has 4 dates in the next 2 weeks. When I met him a month and a half ago, he had 0 dates. And part of why he came to me is because I wanted to find his soulmate. He's ready for marriage and kids. This man is fucking epic. He's amazing. He's an amazing man. He really is. He's talented. He's successful. He's got so much going for him. But he was in a place where he wasn't magnetizing a lot of women. Why? Because he was so focused on that outside of himself. Now he is radiant. He's magnetic, and he's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I also think he wasn't getting a lot of attention from women because women are kind of shallow when they first.
Well, I'm just telling you though. Think about the difference though.
His biceps weren't big enough.
His biceps weren't big enough.
I know. Well, that's definitely okay. Perfect. That's one end of the coin. But what I'm telling you is that what I showed him how to do is to feel his emotions, being able to dive in, come into his body, to inhabit his body in a way that he never has before. And I'm telling you, this person is magnetic now.
Okay, got
he
it.
walks
got it.
into a space.
I love it. Can we do
All right, I'm gonna hate myself if I don't do this. I'm gonna hate myself if I do it. But just on the topic of of emotional intelligence, measure of the construct emotional intelligence are insufficiently distinct from other common and better defined measures of intelligence and personality. There's no clear evidence that emotional intelligence has ever been measured as a distinct construct.
Again, let's use a different word.
What does that even fucking mean?
What it means is that
it's telling you that it's like not.
No. It's a different word. The word intelligence means something. Calling something emotional intelligence is just basically it's a participation trophy.
Okay, so what would we like to call it?
We could call it
Emotionally
like calibration. We could call it emotional calibration.
Also like nervous system regulation. It's being able to not just.
But emotional intelligence is it's a participation trophy. It's like, well, those people are intelligent. I want to feel intelligent.
Well, I'm not trying to use this word as like a comparison where you're like, you're emotional intelligent, you're not, so I'm not gonna hang out with you. What I'm saying is that it's a level of awareness that we have, like when we can have an experience where like I've worked with people who have like extreme rage, like people who have literally like done really horrible things. And when that level of rage comes into your body, to be able to feel that fully and let yourself redirect that energy so you don't abuse your partner, you don't kill someone, you don't rape someone.
Got it.
That is the ability to actually feel you could call it whatever you want, but that's emotional intelligence.
No, that's called the squat rack is what that's called.
Emotional regulation. We'll call it emotional regulation.
All right, here we go. There we go.
All right, buddy, watch the screen.
If your girlfriend dresses sexy to go out without you, she isn't looking for another man. Her hardware is running an autonomous dopamine circuit. The male brain makes a massive biological error. You project your own biology onto her. Men show off to attract a mate, but the female system operates completely differently. When she looks in the mirror and feels flawless, her brain generates its own dopamine. It is a closed loop. She doesn't need a man to validate it. Evolutionarily, women dress for the female social hierarchy. Looking incredible is a status signal to other women. That outfit is not a trap for men. It is her social armor. When she walks into a room wearing it, the attention from other men is just a biological byproduct. It is background noise bouncing off her armor. Her system does not register their stares as an upgrade, and at the end of the night, her internal compass points to one secure location. She brings all that charged confidence and high value straight back to you. So gentlemen, shut down your insecurity protocols. Do not get mad at the armor she uses to conquer the world. Save this blueprint.
Comments? Any comments?
I completely agree.
Completely agree.
Of course you do.
I
Of
think,
course you do.
I think honestly, if a man cannot be okay with his woman going out in her most confident self, her most confident outfit, hair, makeup, that's not your person.
Cool.
at all.
Why doesn't she bring him with her?
So
Well,
for
like,
me,
you
so
don't
for
put
me
the men on
personally,
with
when
them.
I'm going out, whether I'm in a relationship or not, I'm going dressed up based on what me and my girls are going.
Got
through,
it.
right?
Why? But why wouldn't you have him with you?
Because
I
why
feel
does he
like
need to
at
be there?
times,
My
I feel
man
like-
works at night.
Yeah, I feel like at times it's okay for your man to
I
be
know
with
why.
you, and at times it's okay for you guys to be separate. Like it's okay for you to have a guys' night, and it's okay for me to have a girls'
I'm
night.
curious if
I
any
want-
if any of you ladies are going to contradict this and say no, we actually do dress for men. And is anybody?
I mean,
wait,
only
wait.
the men that I want to look at me.
Yeah.
If
Right, I was
it's
gonna
men-
say, that's how-
if it's men that
I-
I don't want to look at me, I'm not gonna.
I can
acknowledge
tell you
their stares.
exactly
But if
that-
I'm a hot bitch and I walk in, the man that looks like Chris motherfucking Brown looks at me. Like I love my man, but like I also caught.
I can
that
tell you
man's
exactly when
attention.
the right time and the wrong time is. It's when you're in your proliferative phase and when you're in your luteal phase of your menstrual
Well, you
cycle.
say
When
women don't pay attention to so many guys anyway. They don't pay attention to 90% of the guys
Yes.
out there anyway.
Mhm.
So we're not even caring. if
No,
they're
you. But
they're
you. But
oblivious
you
to
are
that.
you are dressing for the 10% of guys that you do care about. The idea
I
that
dress up
these
for my
women are
social
not
media.
dressing for men at
Yeah.
all
We
is
dress up for the
hokum.
gram.
And when he said evolutionarily,
dressing
I
up
got
for the guys.
insulted because there's no data evolutionarily that supports what that video says because it's just not true. You might not even be aware that you're doing it for that reason. You might not even be aware, but you are. There is no reason evolutionarily for women to wear like $4,000 shoes for other women.
Oh my
It-
god!
yes, there is.
Yeah,
There's-
Yes, there is. You know how many?
No,
girls-
there's
you know
not.
how many women?
Why would I wear it for the guys? Like a guy's not
Because-
gonna know.
Guys
because-
don't
A
care.
man's
They
not
don't
gonna
care.
appreciate-
They
A
don't
man's
care
not
what I
gonna
wear.
appreciate.
Y'all
my
just
brand new
compliment
Okay,
my
so
leather heels.
so these are two different things. There's a status. There's a
don't make me
status.
get the whistle.
There's status that you get from from the Birkin Himalaya, but there's also dressing sexy that where other men notice you. This is two different things. There's a reason why women don't wear burlap sacks when they're stripping at a strip club.
There's
This-
a reason my Tinder pictures are a reason that they
Yes,
are. Because
it's my point.
my pictures are not being seen.
the
by
idea that you're
women.
not
They're
doing this
seeing
for men
it,
at all,
like, by men,
please, can we
yeah.
just try to be honest?
Cut the shit.
Come on, seriously. You can't possibly expect men to believe that you don't push your boobs up because you don't care about men at all.
Fuck
I
those
think
guys.
we compare
No, I
ourselves
do
to women,
think
which
about
I feel like it
women.
has a little bit of the both of it. Like I want to make
Okay,
sure
but
that
no,
my
no,
boobs are big,
I'm-
but I also
I'm-
know that that's what men
What
like.
I'm expressing to you is that your heart beats even when you're asleep, and you might not be consciously aware of it. It's your what's called parasympathetic nervous system. There's another thing that's going on. I'm telling you that I do think women dress for men to give them attention, and they might not even be aware that that's why they're doing it. But the idea that you don't clean your apartment in lingerie,
Thank you.
clean your apartment in a sweatsuit because no men are looking. I just think it's crazy that we're still at
Yeah,
this
that is
point.
so great.
I'm also not gonna go.
Yeah, we're
out.
naked, just so you know.
I
We're all
clean my
naked.
house in a bikini.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you a
Put it on
question.
OnlyFans.
You're in a committed relationship with a guy, and while you're out, you have some female friends that want to go out and have a girls' night. During the girls' night, let's go above and beyond tequila. It's cocaine. It's mushrooms. It's
MDMA.
Molly. Hold on. It's Molly or it's ketamine. You're doing those things without your boyfriend present. You think that's acceptable in a relationship?
Absolutely not.
Only
No.
if it's
Does then raise your hand if you
Absolutely
think that is acceptable to do in a
No,
relationship?
that is
You're doing
absolutely
ketamine,
not.
blow. You're doing mushrooms, or you're doing
For
Molly
what?
without
Why
your
would
man.
you do all of that? Like,
No,
what
I
would,
do
what
all
would be
that.
the
I mean,
point?
you go out and just have some drinks and have a girls' night.
Hold
and
on.
then
Christina, do you disagree?
I just said if he knows, if you tell your boyfriend.
Yeah,
If
like
you
you
again, the
communicate it to
communication.
him,
But
Like,
that's what you wanna
okay,
do,
all right.
then-
But also, I would.
Honey, I'm going to be doing some MDMA.
I'm going to be doing some
tonight.
Molly with some strange guys.
do any drugs. I mean, but you just said it was a girls' night, not a guys' night.
Yeah,
like if
it's
it's
a
really
girls'
with my
night,
girls,
then-
but I'm not gonna do Molly in the house. I'm gonna be so fucking honest.
I want to
think
send
I'm gonna be-
selfies of my
Wait,
cute
wait.
outfit to my man, and then I do want to bring it back to my man because it's like when I'm attracted to a guy and I have a vibe with him, that's
You wanna
who I'm
feel
trying to
good
kick.
for him,
Even
yes,
if
but
he's
you
even if
also
he's
feel good
whatever
for
it
yourself,
is, I want
yeah.
to bring it back to my guy. That's
I feel like it comes down to the confidence of the man as well. Like,
So
if
hot.
I'm dating you and I'm going out to have a girls' night, the way you met me is the way I'm gonna go out.
Oh, I'm with you, but
regardless.
what if your girlfriends are hey girl, your man's not here. Let's go talk to this really fucking hot guy.
go see
I'd be like,
J-Lo.
Hold on. Has
My
any of you? I'm just
girlfriends
out of
wouldn't do
curiosity.
that.
Do any of you ladies have a female friend who's more promiscuous than you are? Does any of
Absolutely.
you have a friend? Raise your hand.
I feel like
Oh,
we
you
all
guys
got
have a friend that's more promiscuous. Oh, okay, but go ahead, go out with your friend, and we'll do some Molly. We'll do some fucking blow together. Does that sound good?
Get girls with my girlfriend.
No, okay. You and me are 100% on the same fucking page. This is a completely different discussion, and I want you one-on-one on my podcast.
I need to go out with you, girl.
Yeah, like you are complete.
Let's go out.
This is a completely different situation.
I'm going to admit, yeah, I think about it when I look pretty or if I see attractive man, I'm like, man, I wish I looked better or something.
Yeah.
Like, even
Oh,
though
100%.
I would like to say that I'm getting ready just for myself, I know it's not because I
Yeah.
can feel it. I can feel that inner thing of I want other people to find
To
me attractive.
acknowledge
Both
me.
men and women, by the way. But
Yeah.
you know, a good looking man also too, because then it makes me feel like, oh, if I go out with a man and then he sees other women want me or men, sorry.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly.
Or both.
No, trust me, it's both.
It is both,
Wes,
yeah.
you're good either way. You're Mickey Mantle.
all
Which hitter?
right.
It's matter. We're
So like I want that attention, but I try to, you know, not focus on that, but I know within me I have that innate
ladies, I believe that you say this to denigrate men. I'm honestly, it's like, hey, men just mean nothing, and so that's why I'm pushing my boobs up. It's not from. Yes, it is. You might not even be aware of it, but it is. Like that is the reason why you're like. I'm not saying this because it is some kind of misogynistic fucking manosphere shit. I'm saying this because I've read an evolutionary psychology textbook. We only do things for status and social hierarchy and sexual market value. The idea that you're just doing this for other women, why? It doesn't make any sense. They're not going to get you pregnant or take care of you if you get pregnant. So why are you I do believe that there is a part of you that's like you do like to stunt on other women. I'm not saying that isn't real. Men, we like to do that. It's intersexual competition. But the idea that you're not dressing sexy at all for men, please, you can't possibly believe that's true.
I don't see that many hot men in the wild.
Again,
Yeah.
okay, ready here. Let's do this real quick.
Where do you
Ladies,
see them?
a
Where are the
percentage.
hot men?
Hold
Where
on.
do you see them?
Ladies, hold on, real quick.
Please let me
The
know.
percentage, come have a seat because I'd love to hear your answer on this. The percent, there's 100 men on average you see. I just want you to think of all the men you see on average. You encounter 100 men. This could be at the club, the gym, all the different places, the shopping market. Of those 100 men, what percentage of them do you find sexually attractive?
1%.
1%? What do you think, Christina? 1%. What do you think?
Very specific time.
What do you think?
Gosh,
Speaking to the mic.
depends on the group. 10%.
10%. What do you think?
1%.
1%.
Honestly, I'm very like it's all about personality.
Correct.
Okay.
Y'all know my type. So
Yes.
like,
I mean, as long as they're
but
roided
now-
up and have
but
3
now
felonies, it's whatever.
My man. That's
Saturday,
all it
Saturday
is.
night at county.
Yeah.
What do you think? What percent?
2%.
Okay, I want to make something clear because this is a separate issue. Me saying that women chase after the top 10% of men, I'm called a misogynist. You guys are saying you're after the top 2% of men.
Misogyny.
Like this is getting absurd. Like,
Put it in percentages.
Well, I
though.
mean, I feel like you can.
situational. I feel like it's very situational.
oh, no, I
So-
agree. I agree with you. But
I
in
think it's a
general,
percent.
you're very picky, and that's okay. Why do we keep denying that women are picky? Why do we keep
I'm not
denying this?
Discerning.
Like,
We're
even-
discerning. I'm very discerning with it. I actually find a good amount of people attractive when I'm out. Like I'd say probably like 10. I mean, I don't know if that's a lot. 10, 15.
Oh my
20,
God, you
20,
sociosexual woman.
30%. But the
That's
thing is,
crazy.
But I would just say maybe more.
Women, the men
but,
are lined
no, but
up.
I don't actually want to have sex with them. I find people very attractive, but I don't want to have sex
That's
with them.
fine.
I
But-
like
but
to
like
get to know
they're not
them.
dissuaded. Like
I have very much
you could
personality.
imagine yourself having sex
Yeah,
with them, even
and
though
what
you don't.
happens, like what
It could be
happens,
someone
like-
else's husband for that matter. They could
Yeah.
be sexually attractive even though you don't
Yeah,
have sex.
I'm be attracted to people. But,
Got it.
But it's similar to her. Like for me, it really like I'll go out with people and pretty quickly I'm like, oh, like there's not that much there. And like in terms of the depth, like I'm a very holistic person. So for me, it's like mind, body, spirit, emotional, mental, physical. Yeah, exactly. So I can't just have sex.
I'm taking crazy pills.
I assume that I'm having sex with everyone. A lot of women think I'm like very slutty because of how I am. Out of
No, the most I was reading the survey, this evolutionary psychology survey. The median man wants as many sexual partners as the top 2% most promiscuous women.
Wait, hold on.
The median man. So if I take 10 million men and I say the median number of sexual partners, which I believe for a man is like 20 lifetime.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. It's the median. It's not all men. It's
You
the
got
median.
a lot of work to do, lady.
It's
Come
the
on.
median. But
Get in there.
like when they survey women who are actual like porn stars and prostitutes, they that's what they say is 20. So it's like the median man is equal to the top 2% most promiscuous women as far as the desire for sexual partners. So I believe you. I've met women before that were guys are like, oh, that girl's a huge slut. And I'm like, I bet you she hasn't slept with as many people as the male strippers in VIP house, like, because they just say yes to everyone. And yeah. Can we play this video?
We know.
Time out real quick. Mark, could you move to your left a little bit? Could you move up close here this way? Because I do want Mark on camera just a little bit here. Mark, this one's for you. Okay. I want you to check. I want you to check this
You
one.
would get roped in eventually.
Yes. So can we see how Mark's not on camera? Can you guys move this way a little bit so we can just see Mark just a little bit here? Okay.
He's like the
Beautiful.
Australian and Michael.
He's
Are
set
you-
me up for this because I know he wants my opinion.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna, are you gonna? I'd love to hear your thing.
It's all right.
Okay, we're gonna move this.
Hear
Go
your
ahead.
perspective.
Just play
Embodied voice of Australia.
Just play the clip.
All right, so this is hella long, but just here you go.
Yep.
How many incels have become killers?
We'd say roughly between 7 to 15 around the world.
Sorry, how many?
7 to 15 incel killers. And roughly 59 people have been killed in ideologically motivated incel killings.
In the United Kingdom?
Around the world.
So effectively, I have got everything wrong about incels. I think that they kill lots of girls. I think they're a threat, a permanent threat to the security of this country. I think there are hundreds of thousands of them. I think that they are generally white and right-leaning. All those preconceptions that I have
are wrong.
Many of them, yes.
Just realised that the documentary is over. I've never seen anyone look so disappointed.
All right, cool. I'm curious, Mark, why do you think Ross Kemp, who does this professionally, why did he believe all those things about incels? What do you think that is?
I'm going to need a little bit of context, my dude. So who's he talking to and what's he saying?
That is William Costello.
Right.
He is a PhD candidate. I think he now has his
He has his
PhD
doctorate now.
at the University of Texas at Austin in evolutionary psychology. His PhD advisor is Dr. David Buss, the foremost evolutionary psychologist in the world. He did a study, William Costello did, on incel violence. And the title of the study was, Why Isn't There More Incel Violence? It turns out that the amount of incels that actually commit violence is outrageously low. And that's what they found in the study. Then why do you think Ross Kemp had such an incorrect view of incel violence? What do you think that comes from?
I think you probably have to ask Ross Kemp. I do.
Okay. Well, did you see Adolescence?
Yeah, I've seen Adolescence.
And do you think Adolescence is an accurate portrayal of what's going on in the UK?
I think it's an accurate portrayal of a drama on Netflix.
Okay, cool. So you understand that it's a drama. Do you think it would be strange for the UK Parliament to then use that as propaganda in order to get legislation passed?
I think Netflix is very popular.
So that's what they're doing. Even though you admit it's a drama, right?
Good.
Even though you admit it's a drama, they're using it to get legislation passed, and they're going to show Netflix. They're going to show the Netflix special in elementary schools to young boys, and they're going to show it to police academies and police officers in the UK as a training methodology, even though it never happened.
Wait, what?
I mean, there's got to be easier ways of marketing Netflix, surely.
Right. But do you understand the problem that we're stating here is in the UK, and if anybody wants to take a second, use ChatGPT, Grok, and whatever, do deep research and say how many times in the United Kingdom did a boy watch red pill content and then stab one of his female classmates? And the answer is
I'm looking it up.
0. It's never happened one single time, but we're going to pass legislation because of it. Do you see how that might be a problem and how that might be the reason Ross Kemp believes in something that is categorically false?
Well, next time I'm in the UK, I'll let them know you don't like it.
It's not about you not liking it, but that was one of the things that you're interested in. You were asking before. She just looked it up. There's
there's literally no
not one single time this happened. Do you see how that could be? Before you asked us some really interesting questions at barbecue, and you were saying, "Hey, do you think that masculinity has been vilified.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see how you can come up with any other conclusion than that. Masculinity is vilified. Like, I'm not saying that everything Andrew Tate said is good. A lot of the stuff he says is not good. My point is, it's not causing men to go kill women. It isn't.
Are
But
incels masculine?
Huh?
Are incels
No.
masculine?
But my point is, we've bastardized the whole thing. Those people that were yelling at us at the barbecue place, what did they call me?
They did call. So when we were at barbecue earlier, some people came by and they called these two boys here incels. And it was,
that's the
it was
farthest
interesting.
thing from them.
Can
And I
someone
feel
actually
like-
tell me what an incel
so
is? Am I bad?
Involuntarily celibate.
Yes. So an incel, I feel like, is more when it comes to social media. It's in America terms. I know you're talking about the UK, but in America, incels are like usually white, 18 to 25-year-old men on Twitch, whatever it may be, like going after girls. But I really
Live
don't
in their
think-
mom's basement.
Yes,
kind
but
of
I don't.
But
think
are they dangerous?
That's what I'm saying. They're not dangerous physically, but through the social media, yes. And with what we've seen in America with school shootings and women being fucking abused and shit like that, it is a little bit scary. So it can be like put as that,
but misinterpreted, because
It
when
is
the data
misinterpreted,
came
yes.
back, that's William Costello. He's the
Yes.
foremost expert on planet Earth when it comes to
Yeah.
incels.
And that's
And
what I'm
even
saying.
he, who was given a grant literally
Yes.
by a foundation in the UK with the express intent of finding out about incel violence, and William Costello,
zero.
who's a friend of mine, was brave enough to
Yes.
at least come back with the research survey saying there is
It's
no
zero.
incel
It's
violence.
zero.
This doesn't make any
But-
sense. This is not what we were taught. And now Ross Kemp, who has a responsibility, I know he was a television star, but he has a responsibility as a journalist to at least keep up on this. And
Yeah.
he didn't know the truth. Now,
Yeah.
kudos to him for admitting that he was wrong, having William
Yes,
Costello
exactly.
there. And William Costello also spoke in front of Parliament saying, hey guys, just so you know, adolescence is propaganda. This isn't real.
And-
And you trying to teach men this, how to not be misogynistic. There's going to be some downstream ramifications that you're not seeing because
Yeah.
they're not becoming
Well,
misogynistic.
and that's the thing. It's like I do feel like it is a social media thing, and there is no law with social media. Like I can be whoever I want to be on social media. Like, and that's how I feel like these men are. Like they may be acting like incels on social media, but they may have a girlfriend in high school that they really like are buying flowers for. Like that's where I feel like the relation isn't there. Like it is. I feel like incels really do stem from social media. They are not physical.
No, agreed.
do agree with
They're on
that.
Kick and Twitch, and I know, agreed. I
And that's
don't
my
I don't disagree with
point
you.
of it, yes.
Since
Oh.
I'm now drawn in, has
Good.
anyone ever met a guy they reckon qualifies as an incel?
No.
I have.
Just to
Yeah,
be
no,
clear,
no,
is
I guess
that
so.
someone
So you
who's
said
like
you had-
who's
you
never
said you
had
had-
sex before?
I'm
like,
in now,
Be
so
like,
here we
Hold
go.
on, time out so she can understand. Involuntarily celibate men who want to have sex, and women do not choose them as an overall group,
Got
and
it.
they
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
belong to the Discord forum server incel community. Go ahead. I see again. I disagree. The idea that they hate women is not really,
because on
it's not
social
reality.
Media, they're like, if a girl is on Twitch and she's
Oh, no,
gaming
agreed.
like every
I
other
think-
guy, he's going at her because
correct.
he's an incel saying, "Oh,
Cor-
you're this, this,
Commenters,
this, and that."
commenters on social media platforms are
Yes.
not indicative
Yes.
of even 1% of the human
And
population.
that's what I'm saying is like it's not coming to the physical form, but it is on social
Okay,
media.
got it.
And there is a reason that there is a term incel because there is enough of these people that are on social media doing it. But I agree that they don't do violence.
Got
like
it.
that.
Okay, one more time. Hey,
So,
remember when? Go ahead.
You,
You go ahead.
you said you had met one though. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, I mean, like math class.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like they're around, of course. You know, they're on the outskirts of excess, right? They're Gen Pop. They're around. Of course, you see them all the time.
Excess is
Well,
a nightclub here.
Sorry.
I put that one together
Yeah.
because I think I drove past it on
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping out the
Yeah.
foreigner. I appreciate it.
I mean, I have actual people that I've like helped and worked with that are, I guess, technically that they are virgins. They want to have sex. They want to have relationships.
Yeah.
And they have never had one in their entire life.
Yeah.
And it is very much, there's a lot of different energetics between it. I mean, even a couple of them are actually really beautiful, but they do not know how to talk to women. Period.
Do you remember what you remember what you said
But
before?
very kind people.
Yes.
Like the ones that I've worked with personally are very.
And you
loving,
guys both
kind.
are working with the same demographic. I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
So your tactic is to, have them do inner self-reflection work and self-love and that, and yours is to have social status and currency. When men are sex deprived, touch deprived, and they don't even know, they're just socially clunky to be in the presence of a woman. I feel like this is where hiring a lady of the night could help them.
Oh no, because I'll tell you the problem.
Truly,
I'll tell you the problem. Okay, so the problem with this is that you're born on third base and thought you hit a triple. What happens is whenever we have guys, whenever I have male clients that invest in prostitution, the problem is I can't give them legitimate feedback anymore. Because what happens instead is they don't recognize what's the chaff and what's the noise. They think some of it was payment and some of it was the girl actually liking him, not recognizing that none of it was the girl actually liking him. She doesn't respect him and actually had to go take a shower because she thinks he's disgusting. She doesn't understand that. I've had clients legitimate that were like, well, yeah, she's trying to charge me $2,000, but I talked her down to $1,500 because I'm good with women. No, bro. What the fuck? That's the problem. I have my toughest clients to deal with are not the ones who watch porn. It's the ones who pay prostitutes because they start to believe that they're actually a little bit good with women. And they're not. They're not good at all. So that's why I would say probably not a good idea. Okay. Go to the gym before you take steroids. I would you understand?
Yes,
I don't.
I like that theory.
Okay, so that's why I would say that's probably not the right analogy.
One of the things that I've fielded this question with actually Zuby on a few occasions. So he's wondering why it is that guys will pay small fortunes to OnlyFans girls when pornography, just 4K streaming pornography is free. They can just rub one out anytime they want to, right? But the thing is they're not looking for just the release. They're looking for that connection. They're looking for they're paying for the fantasy that the person on the opposite side of the screen actually gives two shits about them at the end of the day, right? And so, really, I mean, I don't know how many girls are on OnlyFans, but it's really not the subscriptions.
Wes, do you give a shit about them at the end of the day?
When they give me money.
When they give you money? Christina, you care about all your subscribers, correct?
I care about some of them.
You care about some of them?
Genuinely.
That's good. I appreciate the honesty.
Yes, the ones that tip very well. Well, I was going to say, it's not even so much about subscriptions. It's about the tips, right? You make more money on tips than you were actually doing on subscriptions, right? Yeah. So what I'm getting at is that is evidence of guys who are looking for the girlfriend experience, right? They're looking for something that they aren't getting in real life. It's an escape, obviously, but you have to look at it in terms of it's not just about a sexual thing. So when we're talking about incels, it's not just about the rubbing one out. It's also about the connection that they are lacking just in real life, and this as far as social skills and everything else.
And now they're doing it with AI girls, AI OnlyFans girls.
Oh God, here
it's this.
Cue the robots. Bring the robots in.
It is the weird thing. It's the individual connection that they have with. Because I know I'm friends with Nicolette Shea. We had Puma Sweet on here last week. And I'm friends with Madison Ivy and a bunch of these other girls. And fellas, I'm just gonna let you know, they don't give a fuck about you at all. They don't care that you exist. They don't even know that you exist. So I understand why this girlfriend experience, why that one, I don't know if you guys saw Clavicular had this one girl sit down with a guy who gave her $3 million and she wouldn't even give him a hug. She wouldn't even give him a hug at the end.
An asshole then at that.
Can you play this one? Because this is a great transition.
No, wait. I have to. Sorry.
Hold on. Listen to Bree.
Someone who is
talking to the mic.
Sorry, somebody who's like appreciating whatever you're putting out there, whether it's music, fucking nudes, porn, whatever. If you're gonna treat someone like that, like you're an asshole. Like I'd feel the same way about an athlete. Like if right? Like I don't know. I don't know that that's specific.
You're preaching to the choir. Obviously, I agree with you. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's specific to women or men like who put out like sexual content. I don't think it's that, oh, none of those people care about you. It's like you're like a Dallas fan. Like if you tried to give no one cares about you. No one on the Mavericks cares about you.
Dak Prescott follows me and loves me.
Like, well, exactly.
Shout out to Dak.
So I feel like we have to I don't know. I feel like we're like attacking a certain kind of person, but that exists in all different kinds of.
No, agreed. But I'm just pointing out in this instance, what men want is a connection in addition to the nudity and the graphic sexual nature. They want something in addition to it. That's why OnlyFans exists and why it's not just studio porn. Can we watch this one?
Wait. I have to reach out to one of my fans here. He says he only super chats roll up for the connection. I love you. What, Derek, I love you. I really care. Yeah, keep following. And then I've got they dress the way they do because they are in competition with each other for men. Ding, ding, ding.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
I think Okay, so when you dress better, you get treated better.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's many times I'm very bummy and I get treated like I'm nothing, and then I get dressed up and I do my makeup and I get treated like royalty. So I think that's important.
Sure. And I would say the same thing for men. I tell men when they're having trouble with access in nightlife or in social situations, just dress better.
Yeah.
Pocket square, cufflinks, like dressing really well. This is what I did when I first moved to Vegas. I didn't know anyone. It was probably around 2012. I would wear a suit out. Even in the summer, it was miserable, but I would wear a suit, and every VIP host would just let me walk wherever I wanted, and it allowed me to meet everyone. So I think dressing better definitely is a great advantage.
When I dress like Batman, everybody respects me.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk about dating in OF and the exchanges that you make for worldly finances. I started doing OF 3 years ago and I made great money. But I think that with everything that isn't of the light, it's an exchange. Meaning I started making a lot of revenue, but my personal life, my relationships with men, those were very strained, and it was an extremely dark time. I met a lot of people, they would want to sleep with me, but they never would want to claim me as their girlfriends or anything further than that. A lot of men would tell me that they think that me doing OF was the biggest mistake that I ever made. And I was trying to explain to them that one day I have a feeling that this is going to be a part of my story and my testimony. Regardless, they never could see past it, and it never really worked out. I've been single for 4 years now, and it has been a very tough 4 years, a very lonely 4 years. The last man that I spoke to was super well off, came from a really, really religious Catholic family. And I was honest with him from the beginning with what I did. I said, this is my life. This is the decision that I've made. Take it or leave it. This is like I come to you and I'm being 100% transparent. And even though I was honest with him, he wasn't honest with his family. And that really bothered me because it was like, okay, eventually when I'm going to talk about this, I need you and your family to understand and support me when I open up about my testimony. And that individual was like, no, I don't know why you would ever open up about that. I don't know why you would ever talk about it. It's something that you should be ashamed of. It's something that you should sweep under the rug. Who is telling you to do this? Yada, yada, yada. One thing that I realized is if my testimony can help other broken people, then that's makes my heart fulfilled. Sometimes you do things and you go through things in life because it makes you more qualified to speak about it. I'm able to connect with people that have been molested. I'm able to connect with people that have been taken advantage of and have been through sexual abuse their entire life. And I'm able to show them and speak unconditional love and positivity to those people to help them change. And I think that a lot of people miss the point that we need unconditional love to change. That's how you change as a person. If you want someone to change, you love them to change. And that's what I'm trying to do.
He's not a Christian!
Okay, ladies, real quick. I'm just curious. Again, I'm not here to judge. I've definitely gone out with girls who are on OnlyFans. The difference is my rule is if you're having sex on OnlyFans, I'm not interested in seeing someone seriously like that. I don't think you guys think that would be too ridiculous, right?
No, I
Okay.
think everyone has their own
Yes.
standards, and that's where it comes into play. And it's not even just women who don't do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I feel like hookup culture in today's society has ruined the perspective of a relationship to the point
Yeah,
where
but hookup culture is only with like the top 10% of men.
Yeah.
The vast majority of men they're not
There is
involved
no
in
hookup
hookup
culture.
There's no hookup culture for men. Like it's
What
like
is the
80% of men do
percentage for
not get to,
women?
huh?
What is the percentage for women that do
80% of women and 10% of men. Yeah, that are involved in hookup culture. Again,
You guys just gave us the you gave us the percentage.
You just told me. You just told us you're interested in 2% of men that you see. What do you expect?
So doesn't even mean you're sleeping with that 2%.
Right, but like Lars Matson just came out with.
do you want to?
He just came out with a study.
Until they open their mouth.
He just came out with a study showing from GSS data that 58% of women's sexual encounters are with the top 10% most promiscuous men. So I agree with you. I just think hookup culture is only with 10% of men. It's not, most men are not involved in hookup culture. I'm curious for you ladies who do OF, have you had any difficulties?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No.
No?
No, it's all fun.
It's been great.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, going back to this earlier video, this is very off topic. Everyone was so serious. And I was like, wow, that video where saying how, social media and like it's, brain rotting or whatever he was talking about with like this image online. I was like thinking, oh man, I love watching porn with a man and
That's
getting
hot.
ideas.
So That's hot. So
It's
hot.
so hot. Yeah,
So
I'm like, oh, like, because I think because I use social media as like a business, I have been able to separate it, and so has the people I like to like be with, and so I actually utilize. I'm like, oh, like we should try this out. I don't know. I've not had issues separating it. I think I did in the before when I was unhappy with myself, and now that like kind of being more like happier and like figuring out what works best for me works perfectly, because now I'm surrounded by people who I think love is love. And so, whatever boundaries you set with your partner and it works, that's great. Like I would love to have a girlfriend.
All right.
Oh
you. My
gosh.
sister still thinks about
I know,
you.
but women scare me. But along with like
have a girlfriend, but women scare you.
oh yes. Anyway, but like having like that man on the side, because I do love a strong man presence, but I also want to be able to like have he has like a boundary. If I like can't be with other women, then it doesn't work. But being
hate
with
that.
someone who would be okay with me being with other women,
What a
I
weirdo.
would be totally okay with. And I chat online
Weirdo.
and like being able to be like, hey, I'm doing this, and them not getting jealous or freaking out on me or thinking guilt shaming me because they know I'm doing this as a business. Would I actually in real life go out and do these things with him? No. But if I do see a fan in person, I'm also not going to be rude. But it's just like as if you were with a celebrity. I'm by no means a celebrity, but I'm not going to be mean to someone who's spending their time.
Oh, got it. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to ask Christina, have you had any challenges with dating?
I think a lot of men they stigmatize OnlyFans
Mhm.
as you're just a whore. Me personally, I don't do like
Yeah.
I don't have sex with men on my OnlyFans. I just sell pictures of myself, videos of myself.
Yeah.
But
I think that is a massive distinction that gets lost. I do, because a lot of girls are like putting bikini photos that they have on IG on their OF, and they're making a bunch of money. So anyway, go ahead.
yeah, and there's some men that are like, well, I don't want to be with a girl that's exchanging energies with men. And I'm like, it's not like that. You know what I mean? They see you as like you're a stripper in a strip club actually getting touched by men when it's not like that. And so it's like double standards almost.
And even then, even if you are
Talking to the mic.
even if you are a stripper, it's all about boundaries and being able to establish them with yourself and your partner. And a lot of people get it misconstrued and aren't able to handle it because they aren't honest with themselves. And they're, a lot of women are honest with what they're comfortable with. And then, when I was drinking and whatnot, like I would then be more promiscuous. And honestly, that's not really what I wanted to do, but it was how I was able to socialize and do, what everyone else was doing and their expectations. But then when I got sober and I was like, oh, actually, like I'm a very sexual person with myself. Like I can make myself in like 2 seconds, like so easily. And when I was like, oh, okay, like I know, like I really don't need a man, but I love being with someone I can collaborate with. It just makes everything easier with your life.
I'm sorry, you mean collaborate in a relationship?
In a relationship.
So not a stunt dick.
But
No, okay.
if a woman did hit me up, but that's
It's nasty.
If a woman wants to collab, I would be down.
And what do you mean by
hit me up later.
What do you mean by collab? I'm really curious.
With a man, she was talking about a relationship. With a woman, she's talking about girl on girl sex.
What are you gonna do about it? I'll suck his dick.
What you mean, like having sex? Like on
Yeah.
your OnlyFans? Is that what you mean?
Probably not on OnlyFans. But like if they want to do like social media or like I love like making out with a woman. I love
So hot.
I love playing with a woman. I love being with a woman. I have dealt with really bad repercussions from women. With a man, I can spot it from a mile away when he is like, oh, I can tell he's trying to manipulate me or something. But with a woman, I get excuses of, oh, she doesn't mean it that way. Like, I used to get comments, oh, like everyone wants your body, Jocelyn, but not me. I like being petite. I don't like, looking how you look. I like being like this small. And so for me, I'd be like, oh, she doesn't mean it like that. She doesn't mean it like that. But then as soon as the things turn around, then it's, oh, like you're a slut, you're fat, like just all these hurdles. I'm like, oh, actually, she did mean it that way. I was just internalizing it, being
You're
like,
trying to give her grace.
I was giving her grace.
Yes.
With a man, I would never do that, but with a woman, I have to sit there and wonder, like, and figure out, like,
Emotional damage.
Like a lot of women these days are playing games with men, with women, with each other, and for me, I'm like, be honest with me about anything. Like, I'm very communicative. I'm very honest, and I know what I want, but I think I don't really know what I want in women, but with men, I do. So.
Let's talk later. I'm going to help you with that. All right. So let's, okay. Do we have another video?
Whatever you want.
Do you want to
Yeah,
go
you have
over?
one in mind?
Either this one right here, Scott Galloway, or Make Choice Copy, whichever one you want.
Let's do. There you go.
See, I got a
Let's
party
screen.
on Saturday, and a girl I like is
By the way,
gonna
this
be
is
there.
West
What should I
on
wear?
camera.
Me.
What?
Do you want an attractiveness boost or not?
Yeah, obviously, but like.
According to a study, when men are in the presence of a beautiful woman, other women find them more attractive. Beautiful woman, your presence, hello.
Really? Like she's gonna find me more attractive just because you're there standing next to me?
This effect has been consistently documented among women choosing men, although it's mixed results when men choose women. So like, as a girl, if I see that you have a hot female friend, I'm like, wow, okay, he must be a good guy.
Oh, whereas as a guy, if I see you with a hot dude, I'm like, oh, she's probably taken. I'm just gonna back off.
Exactamundo, Carlo.
Okay, but like, what if she thinks that you're my girlfriend?
Even better, bestie. Mate choice copying is when your chances with someone grow if you've already been chosen by someone else first. It's like a shortcut. You're like, wow, this guy's already been vetted. Ooh.
Okay, is this why it seems like you're always more attractive to women when you have a girlfriend or you're married?
Yes, it's theorized that this is a strategy women employ to identify men willing to commit to a long-term relationship. It's like, oh, there he is, in a relationship right now. Perfect. I want him.
Wow. I guess it makes sense then to have a lady wing woman. I mean, whether she thinks you're my friend or my girlfriend, Carlos is going to become hotter in her eyes, in her gaze, her beautiful gaze.
Righto, Carlos. Some cities are even offering wing woman services to single men for this reason. Again, you're welcome.
Thank you, bestie. Okay, great. I guess we're going to the party. Ew.
And my services will cost you 1 pizza.
I'll buy you as much food as you want, bestie.
Oh, you're going to regret that.
Oh.
I should start.
I think. Listen.
Who is that? I love her.
I think Jocelyn is incredible in that video. I think Jocelyn. Every time I see that creator, I just think of you. She's just you, and she dates women. She's just fucking you. You're Filipino. I'm 99% she's Filipino.
She's amazing. I love her.
Yeah. So I talk about this ad nauseum. I just wanted someone else to talk about this. I actually talked about with you, which is the concept of mate choice copying. It is true. When I have really attractive female friends, I get more attention from women.
Like
when I have a really hot girlfriend, I get more attention from women. And even when the women know I'm not sleeping with them, with the girl that I'm with, so like my friend Kindly, people know we're not sleeping together. She's married. Even that, when I'm with her or when I'm with CJ Sparks, she's dating a good friend of mine. When I'm with them, I still get more attention from women because I'm with them. Yeah. And so that's the thing that I try to explain to guys. Well, this is a really hard bridge to cross because they've been taught for the last 20 years, fuck being friends with women. Women only are just sitting there trying to extract resources from you. They're trying to hurt you. And my whole thing is like, no, man, I do charity events with women. I go to escape rooms with women. Great idea, guys. I know a guy who did this. I would never do this. Go to an escape room, figure out the escape room, go the next day and take a bunch of girls with you. And it's just so I would never do this. I would never do this. I'm just saying.
I think you're wrong, Michael. You're wrong. Like
Go ahead.
And I didn't even know that he was one of your disciples at the time.
Disciples.
But I met one of like the men of action at a party once, and all the things that attracted me to him were none of the things that you espouse ever or in your course. It wasn't because he was by a bunch of women. And honestly, I don't want to give it away, but I won't. I would just say that like
how big were his biceps?
No, that wasn't it at all. Like all the guys in the program, honestly, to me are like physically attractive, but it wasn't because he was quietly confident, he was kind, he was funny.
So what I teach.
That's not we can have that debate another time.
It's not a debate. It's literally in my course. It's in the course.
Not to be kind. Cliff note, because I don't think that's the gist of it.
It is the gist.
The
beginning of
it.
you, honey. Gosh, I'm just going to open up the course. I'm going to open up the course.
Show us the course.
I'm going to open up the course right now and show you what's in the course. You don't know what's in the course.
But you also reference the fact that when you see them with a really hot woman or with a lot of women, they're more attractive. I've never seen him with a lot of women, and the one man that I've seen him with is not particularly attractive. So
right, but you still recognize attributes in him that other women might find attractive.
That's a stupid thing to say. So what does that even mean? So let me get the fucking mic. Yeah, I'm like,
let's go.
Like what exactly?
Like that he's charming and that you like talking to him and he was
smart,
confident.
Intelligent. Like what? Okay, so what do you find? Hang on.
Did you teach him that?
Did you teach him how to be smart? Did you give him intelligence?
What do you, Michael, find attractive in women?
Well, like for me, initially, it's going to be signs of like the physical attractiveness, hip to waist ratio, health, skin, all this kind of stuff.
That's what all women want. So what
it's not what all women want. It's not what all women want. It's not what women want. It's what men want. It's not what women want.
But like, well, I feel like everything that you say, it's like, okay, so why do you think I was attracted to him though?
Because of what you just said, which are things that I teach.
No, it's like
So for those of you, let me help you out. She treats me like a little brother. She started the conversation already ready to just denounce my whole fucking program. That was the beginning. And then when time out. I'm not through talking. I'm not through. I love you, Bree. I love you, Bree. Time out. What happened was when she figured out that the things that she was actually attracted to are in my episode, then it's like, well, no, those things aren't in your episode. Unfortunately, I can show you my fucking course and you can see that they actually are in my episode.
The way that she handles men as a therapist and the way that you handle men, I feel like are very different. Like you both say, I want to help men, right? Like you always tell me that. You're like, my stuff is not Manosphere. I'm trying to help men.
I have 4,500 clients.
I don't give a fuck if you have 1 million clients, Michael. That's not the point of it. That's not the point of the conversation.
My point is, but I am helping them. It's not a function of.
I didn't even say that. I didn't say you weren't helping them. All I said was the both of you say that you want to help men. That's right. Can we agree on that? You want to help men. You said you want to help men.
I hate men.
Among other people. So, but I feel like the pathway to get there, both of your pathways are very different, and I think that. Right. And I think that I agree more with hers. I think that your core, you wanting to help men is a very noble cause. The way that you both go about it is very different. And I think that the way that she goes about it is more psychologically sound and happier and kinder versus the way that you want to do it.
I don't understand. I guess that 4.99 rating I get on Trustpilot probably came because of
the ratings on the 4,500.
It doesn't matter. Like I just don't. No. Listen. Here's what I am, Bree. At some point, there needs to be some measurable metric, and for me, the people who say that I've helped them is the measurable metric.
I understand that, but I would like to compare your metrics to her metrics. I
don't know what her metrics.
Well, that's just it, though. I feel like you're constantly evolutionary psychology, the stats. I think it would be a very interesting episode for you. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
We can do it anytime you want. But Bree, you
compare your stats to her stats.
Bree, you disagree to disagree. You disagree to disagree.
No, I don't.
Nothing I could say.
Right and you're wrong. That's
exactly.
Why I disagree.
Nothing I could say and nothing I could teach is ever going to be enough.
Bree is right.
Well, the chat is not going to agree with me.
So let me see if I can.
Anyway, Spurs and 6. Love you all.
Okay. Where are the golden nuggets at?
6.
I was waiting for that.
Let me explain.
I'm not going to go 6.
Michael.
Let me explain the difference here between what Michael does and what she does. Okay, she approaches it from an emotionalist perspective. Okay, everything is. I already know from listening to you for the last hour and a half there.
I love how you know me so well. Well,
it's not hard to figure out that when I was just saying this before. It's like men and women are different. Okay, the way that our brains are wired are different. Men tend to look at things. Men tend to be more interested in things. Women tend to be more interested in people. You can see this exemplified in the majors, in their choices of career, everything else. Men tend to look at things from an empirical stance, whereas women tend to look at things from an emotional stance. So her program is fundamentally rooted in emotionalism. Okay.
By the way, my program, it's a deep program. It's called the Orgasmic Life Method.
Right. So which, of course, well, okay. So very emotional. Very. Let's do that. Let's do the core work. Whereas for as for Michael, it's more empirical. This is data based. It's data driven. So
I love how much data.
When you're looking,
don't cite the data. It's always data is always numbers.
See the reason. So Bree, the reason why you blow that up, the reason why you blow off the numbers is because it doesn't taste good at the end of the conversation.
I see the chat, please? I want to see what they're saying.
You don't want to see. You don't want to see.
Men are not good.
They don't care what Here, I'll put it up for you. No, what I'm saying is, here, let me explain something to you. So when you look at just because a man didn't cry at the end of Titanic doesn't mean he's emotionally retarded. Okay? No, it doesn't. Because that guy's processes emotion differently than a woman does. So the way men are going to approach doing the work or their freaking therapy or whatever is not going to be the same way, and it's going to be less effective than if a man is creating a program that is going to work specifically for the way that men think, the way that men learn, the way that men cope, the way that men process emotions. Okay, men and women process emotions differently than women do.
What are you saying?
Don't you think there's a little bit of that's indoctrination though?
No, I don't think it's indoctrination.
Make sure you're getting this ABC. Make sure you're getting all of this.
This is really important. Hold on, listen. Do you think that that men being able to bench press more than women is indoctrination?
No, biological.
Hold on, so that's biological. Hold on, time out. What is the hormone that regulates risk taking and libido?
What is testosterone?
Testosterone. Very good.
Bingo.
How much more testosterone do men have biologically than women?
I don't know.
A lot.
It's 17. It's 17 times
I
more.
don't do math, but it's
You
a lot.
don't know. You don't know nowadays.
Right, but it's 17 times more. My point is, I do understand that some things are indoctrinated, but a lot of things are being called indoctrinated that aren't indoctrinated.
All I was saying was the fact that you guys are describing what you do and what she does, and what you're saying is what she does, like as if it's something that's foreign for women and men, and it's not. It's just emotional. It's going emotionally in depth and reflecting, and these are things that are not practiced, and these are things that's a little bit of a lost way of healing that is so important and it's so needed. And I think we need to spend a little bit more time in healing our men and our boys.
How do you suggest? How do you suggest we do that?
TLC 10 to 11.
Oh my god! Can I jump in really
Wait,
guys? And only because.
Go ahead.
Yeah, oh my God,
I got it.
I want you to finish so bad. That was
a lot of
really
water.
beautiful.
Well, so I'm just let me throw this out there. Okay, so I can change any woman's mood sitting at this table with 2 shots of tequila, or if any guy's mood in here with a shot with a milligram with 100 milligrams of Tren. Okay, I can change your mood just like that. Emotions are not fucking magic. They are physical and they are easily changed by biochemical release reasons, okay, which are prompted by environment. So fight or flight. What happens in fight or flight? You get a squeeze of adrenaline and it changes your mood immediately. Okay, so you get aggression for men. When it comes to, let me see if I can get this. Let's see if I get this straight. So if when men are feeling negative emotions, what's the emotion that they default to?
Anger.
There it is. Bang. What's the emotion that women default to?
Crying.
Crying. Thank you. So what I'm saying here is that even in the emotional state where your brain is producing, I'm not an endocrinologist, but they're putting the chemical cocktail that's running through your bloodstream right there, that is going to change your mood. So is it possible then that men and women have different biologies and different brain architectures that predispose them to processing emotions differently?
So we've already declared that that's very clear. That's an absolute yes. It's an absolute. It's not even a question. I feel like there's a lot of presumption, like assumptions being made right now in a lot of ways. I appreciate you so much for what you shared. I appreciate you so much for what you shared. And I feel like actually what this woman shared, I don't know who that was, but we didn't really get to drop into that a little bit more. But she was talking about the unconditional love, that people need unconditional love. So, and that's how you heal someone. That's how you change someone. Do you remember that?
You're not going to get that from Catholics, though.
Did you remember that?
She was talking about the guy that she was seeing. She's an OnlyFans girl, and the guy that she was seeing was Catholic, and he comes from a deeply religious
background. All right, so let's backtrack.
She was just saying that that you can't change someone, you can only like love them, and then that's the only way that they could possibly change.
You can love them
So I
as
just
they
wanna-
are. If they
yeah,
come
100%.
with the table of who they are, like there's so much. If somebody wants to change, they can change. But if they come to the table exactly how I am, I come to the table with what I have. If you don't accept that, then that's what it is. If you want to try and face me, this, and that, you already know what you signed up for.
Is love okay? Look, I think we can pretty much establish that love is an emotion. Yes, the feeling of love. Correct.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
It's a chemical response of dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin.
Right. Let Mark go.
Are
Go ahead.
there, just like it seems like you and a lot of you have very different ideas about what men and women bring and carry on in a relationship.
Right.
Are there concrete examples?
Oh.
Yeah, use that one.
A new microphone. Are there concrete examples of very specific roles that men and women should play in relationships that are different?
Well, there's the masculine, feminine archetypes.
Yeah.
Men should be protective because as a female who interviews UFC fighters, I train MMA. I know that if it's me against a man is going to beat the fuck out of me, even though he may be scrawny, whatever the fuck it may be. But when it comes to a man, like in my aspect, like I need protection because I do feel like a lot of the women here, like we make our own money. We're obviously independent. I came from a mom who was raised by a fucking mom who only had fucking girls. So we're raised in a generation of like, okay, girls have to do this, this, and that. We don't need a man, but women do want a man. But we want a man in the aspect of like protection. We may make more money than you, or like, because I honestly feel like in our generation, women do make more money. We're more motivated to go and make money. But I want a man who's going to protect me, who is like accepting of me, but also in the same way I'm accepting of him. Like, I don't know. It's just like, we always debate into this, and I always feel in the middle ground of.
No, you're right. What you're
Here's a better question. How did women? This is from the super chat here. How did women heal men 5,000 years ago, or 10,000 years ago, or 20,000 years ago? If women would try to heal men back then, none of us would have been here today.
We literally can't, but all we can hope is that a man is gonna like learn from and like again, I feel like with everything that we see on social media, what's being pressed, like, oh, we want a nice guy, this, and that. Honestly, if you're attractive, like doing what you can, like it is personality. You don't have to do this, and that.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
I'm not a looks maxer, and I'm not a black pillar. I totally agree that it's personality. Go ahead.
I don't think there's necessarily archetypes anymore. The Native Americans, they kind of played into not the gender roles per se. If I remember correctly from my studies in California, they make us do like studies of Native Americans in like 4th grade. Because the way I see it is like, personally, I don't need a man to always do everything. And I'm not going to fit the archetype of being the woman that's going to stay home and clean
cook and
clean. You're going to come home and do your laundry. I will.
Listen,
exactly,
Wes,
but
you bring home a couple girls, I think everyone's going to look past whether or not that you don't cook or clean. Why is she smiling so hard? Oh my God.
But the thing is though, you know, people ask, I had a girl that used to be roommate. She was in love with this guy that I was talking to, and she was like, oh, well, she doesn't cook for him, she doesn't clean for him, blah, blah. And I was like, I got him sober, or not necessarily him sober, but he's hanging out. He's going to the gym now. He's taking care of himself. He doesn't need me to cook or clean all the time. I'll do it when I have time, but I'm doing stuff. He's also doing stuff to better himself. Exactly. What we're doing together is we're cohesively building and like collaborating together. But they're putting me in that archetype of like, oh, she doesn't cook for him, she doesn't clean for him, blah, blah. Meanwhile, what is she doing? She's getting drunk every night, going home with a different man, only cares about the one man that doesn't give her any attention, and any guy that does give her attention, she doesn't want anything to do with. And she literally flaunts like, oh, like I go on so many dates and I don't even care about these guys, lies and says she doesn't sleep with them when I'm like, why are they spending the night then? So like these women like want this archetype of fitting in these roles, and then they themselves cannot fit in it. Why? Because they're not honest.
I don't need to say anything else. I think I completely agree. Exactly. I think that's the point. It's like I appreciate, listen, I teach presence to, I know you're not going to believe this. I teach present moment awareness. I teach gratitude, and I teach more like recognition of mortality in my course. It comes later. In the beginning, it's not what I teach. It's a little bit more of an advanced thing. I teach that to my guys. But in the beginning, those things, when you're ignored completely and totally by women, I love the fact that you guys want these men to be more vulnerable, open, and deal with their internal childhood trauma. So do I. The problem is they are getting drastically ignored by women in the interim while you're telling them to heal themselves. And the more they heal themselves, the more unattractive they become to women, even though it's the same women telling them to heal themselves.
That's a statement. That's not an accurate statement.
What was the first video we just showed? What in the world?
To say that the more healed a man, because the thing is that's not an absolute truth. That's
of course, it's not an absolute truth, but I'm saying what you're teaching. Well, I absolutely tell you it's amazing.
You don't actually know what I'm teaching.
Okay.
So the thing is, and I don't actually know what you're teaching.
But
so I want to come back to something that I really want to like express at some fucking point during this experience. So can we just please just know can we bring to something that I've tried to share so many times?
Fire away.
First of all, you guys don't know me. I don't know you. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just listening and receiving, and I'm curious. I don't know what you teach. So far, a lot of what you said, I've been pleasantly surprised because you have so much data, which I love.
And real
and
experiences.
science
I will
and
say
real
you guys have
things.
real experiences.
Yeah, I love it. You also are, in your 50s. Fuck you guys have been doing this. Didn't you say that? You're in your 50s.
I'm 48. He's 58.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
Accurate.
You said almost. You said almost 50. I heard.
Yeah.
50.
No, you're right. No, trust me.
Make
I'm
that
not.
up.
I'm not insulted at all. It's fine. Totally fine.
You look fantastic, both of you.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you.
But I really I
Unless
want
you
to
keep
bring.
talking to me like that, I swear. Never mind. Keep going.
I want to bring something to this, and I honestly feel like this needs to be a whole other episode. That we could go so deep into this world.
Have us on your show. We'll do it 100%. We'll go 3.5 hours. We can sit there and Indian style, meditate, do whatever you want, and then Bree can come in and tell you that no matter what I said, I'm wrong. It's fine. It'll be great. It'll crush.
Okay, I just want to say one aspect to this is most men have not experienced deep connection, physical touch, skin to skin touch, real deep intimate connection, holding, being held, being loved, being caressed, being nurtured with anyone that is not a sexual or romantic connection and experience. Most men did
I see what
not
you're saying.
get
Yes. A platonic,
most men did not get enough skin to skin contact and love and touch from their own mother. And so because of that, there is a constant need to feel this deep connection that there's such deep mother wounds in our collective that has been going on for a very, very long time. And I'll just say one of the experiences that I offer with my one-to-one sessions and what I teach other women to offer is actually an experience where we are showing I'm basically showing men how to receive love from the feminine without sex. And oftentimes they end up in my arms crying like a little baby.
Mark, do you want to try this?
They have never.
Mark, do you want? Mark is ready.
Go ahead,
for
Mark.
Mark, skin to skin.
Mark, ready, Mark?
So, just for all of you, the idea of a man being vulnerable and emotional with you, is it a turn on or a turn off?
Turn on.
Massive. Turn on.
It depends.
I'll literally be wet.
You just heard this first video, and then you hear them say this. How can both things be true?
All of us. Alex Cooper doesn't speak for all women.
Again,
she's a crazy.
What are we talking about?
What we're talking about, Bree, is
What are we fucking talking about right now?
Stop. Respectfully, stop talking over me. Bree, stop, please. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Fine, fair enough.
Please, okay. When we're talking about that, all of you agreed with what Alex said.
I did
That
not.
was-
I did not agree.
Did not
I
agree.
because there's 14
Did
people
not
at this
agree
table,
at
so
all.
you didn't take a poll about who agreed and who didn't. So I did not agree.
None of us agreed with
None
her.
of us. We did not agree.
Well, I didn't. That's
There were certain aspects. There were certain
aspects.
aspects around not being treated like being doted on all the time, like a level of respect, not being treated like a piece of shit.
Stop the cap.
Be obsessed.
That's not what we want. There's a balance between obsession. There's a balance between, and I will say a lot of the people that I work with, they're like, if they're not obsessed with me, then I don't even want to be with them. I'm like, that's healthy.
Okay.
I mean, there's a level of balance.
Let me square
to
the
all of
circle, and you
this.
guys can respond to this if you want. I think for what you asked about emotional vulnerability, once she's attracted,
Yes.
then that's it. Once she's attracted, absolutely, you
Not
can
the
be
very
vulnerable.
first moment.
Yes.
Like if you're
Before she's attracted, when the homeless, overweight, smelly guy comes up and is emotionally vulnerable, she's not sexually attracted to his vulnerability.
Even if that was
It's
a top
once
tier man, being
she's
like that.
attracted. I completely agree because I'm vulnerable with someone who's close to me in my life. I have no problem with that. The guys that are in my program, the guys I surf with in the military, I'm open and vulnerable with them because they did something to earn it. Once she's attracted, 100% what they're saying is true. Before she's attracted, 33% of men get no sex. These women think that 2% of men are attractive. The survey about 58% of women's sexual relationships are with the top 10% most promiscuous men. That's the reality we live in before she's attracted. Once she's attracted, I absolutely agree that the emotional vulnerability, it counts, but we keep skipping that part.
All right,
because most women are not attracted to most men.
Let me throw in my
that's
2
where the
cents here.
disconnect has been.
Go
I
ahead.
feel like the disconnect has been with that aspect of it.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. See, that's the problem is everybody hears that like, don't you find emotionally available, vulnerable men attractive? And everyone's going to say yes. The problem with that is that you're looking at this from the perspective of guys hearing this and then they go, oh, really? Women want vulnerable guys? Oh, okay. I'm going to be the most vulnerable
Again,
dude
there's
I
a
could
balance
possibly
to
be.
everything.
Because
There's a balance.
They want vulnerable guys. No, but this is okay. So men are
There's a balance. You guys are so extreme.
So here,
This
but no,
is
but
just
here's
extreme.
exactly. And you know why? Because
But
those guys,
everything is
those-
about balance.
Because okay,
It's
fine.
like if you're a weepy little
Yes.
simp and you can't protect a
Thank
woman,
you. And why
they're
are-
not going to be
and
attracted
why,
to
and
you.
why? Okay, so
the thing is, there's
so
a
what
balance.
happens? What happens is this: is those guys hear that and they go,
Great, well,
vulnerability
come get some
means
help.
I'm going to get pussy if I am more vulnerable.
Well,
so what
no,
I'm going to do is I'm
you're
going
not-
to
they're
I'm
not
going to
so
no, I
good.
understand that, but listen, this is the mentality, okay? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying this is the mentality here, okay? Guys are competitive. So if you say vulnerable equals intimacy equals pussy, what they're going to do is like, I'm going to be the most vulnerable guy I can possibly do
Great.
and
Stop
outdo
being so
all of
extreme.
these
I wanna
guys.
invite you, do not
so
take
they can
this
do
to this
that.
extreme.
Not the most.
Okay.
But see, they're trying to solve a problem.
I
The
would like
problem
that.
is they want to get laid. If they see that that's the key,
And that's the
then
problem.
That's
The problem is that they're trying to get laid. And if you
Mhm.
guys, I'm just telling you, like the shift, the difference. Have you guys? Is anyone here aware of what tantra is?
Yes.
Tantra.
Yeah, all that works
Okay.
on Burning Man planet.
So
And I really got to
just-
get you in touch with Coral Osborne.
Okay. So I just want to invite, like, this is a whole, like I'm talking about, this is a whole other world. But the thing is with real tantra, it is about being so deeply in the present moment, so open to life, so fully alive, so connected to your heart. Are you aware of heart-brain coherence? Does anyone know about heart-brain coherence? There's an entire institute called the Heart Math Institute. They have done studies for a very, very long time. I would love for you to start to get some data from the Heart-Brain Institute. And the other thing I'd love for you to get some data
Perplexity.
with is on quantum physics, quantum healing, quantum transformation. Okay.
Y'all know
Do you,
about it.
are you?
They
Do you
know
know?
about
Do
this.
you?
They
Okay.
know
So
about
I'm
it.
going to
They
tell you.
know
I don't know.
about
Again, I don't know what you know,
intelligence.
but I'm going to tell you that
Tell me about quantum
I
physics.
play in a world. I play in the world of quantum. Okay. So in quantum transformation, okay, you can heal something and transform something in a matter of minutes, in a matter of
I'm
hours.
sorry, Dr. Joe Dispenza is not really a doctor.
Okay, I'm not
All
talking about Dr.
all
Joe
that shit
Dispenza.
is
Boss
made
is
up.
not really a fucking
They
doctor.
do
either.
there's real
Ant-Man
research.
was in a
They've-
He's got a
Marvel
PhD
movie.
from
spent
Berkeley.
a lot.
Dr.
They
Joe
spent a
Dispenza.
lot of
Dr. Joe Dispenza is a
money.
PhD in chiropractic.
I'm just telling you, they spent a lot of money.
So-
There's a lot of money that has been spent on scientific research around. If you guys seriously don't have any idea about like the
I
research
have
behind
absolutely
quantum,
looked up the
quantum
research.
physics, quantum
we
transformation.
can get into
And
the,
the research on quantum physics,
hold on, let me
the
see if
research
I
on
can-
quantum healing, there is no peer-reviewed data on that
Okay.
whatsoever.
We'll
That's
go ahead.
adorable.
We'll enter the quantum
Um,
realm in a moment. Let
this
me
is-
finish.
this is-
Let me finish answering Mark's question here. Okay.
Okay.
So when we're
Still
talking
haven't
when we're
finished.
talking about vulnerability here, okay. The only time vulnerability is in any way attractive is if that guy's predominant personality is already an alpha to begin with, okay? Because what happens is hear me out, when that woman drags that vulnerability out of that guy who is predominantly alpha,
Oh my God, I love you.
that is endearing. That is something that
It is
makes
the
that
hottest
makes-
thing. It's
yes,
so sexy.
because what it
100%.
so what happens? The guy has
Yes!
Do you
So-
all agree with that? Are you?
Yes.
Oh, no, so, okay, no, this is interesting. This is interesting. So
well,
do you all
it's like
agree
taming.
that
It's like taming
it's
Tarzan.
you're only interested in vulnerability once you've got an alpha. Because
Well,
If you're
people are
stoic
just
and you have an
different.
alpha, absolutely. Yes.
Because again, I don't want you trauma dumping on me, but once we're together, I want to know everything that made you.
Women want to believe that they're the only ones that can draw that out of you.
No, I don't want to know everything that you've been through, like the first couple dates. Like once I'm with you, that's when I'm gonna start opening up. That's when I want you to open up. But I'm not gonna tell you about this, and that affected me as a child, as I am now on the first fucking date. Like, what are you talking about?
Can I
like,
counter?
I wanted
Like,
to be
this
with
is-
somebody that like I already know that I can trust. Like
Sorry.
Michael says,
Go
you
ahead.
have to build the trust with it.
What
Bree,
about?
Bree, you
okay,
had,
can we?
Bree
can
was
I
about to
ask?
say something. Sorry, Bree.
Well, wait, can you? It was an important question. Can
so
you say
the question?
the alpha thing? Can you
Forgive me.
repeat
I was
that?
just trying to interpret what the boys were saying.
Yeah.
There. So just please forgive me if I get this wrong, but my understanding, role of what you're saying is that it's okay to be vulnerable, but you got to be an alpha first to get that first attraction.
Well, there's no
And
there's,
what I wanted
so,
to
so
know-
there's
and
there's,
that was-
there's
and what I wanted to know from the women is, are you only attracted to the alpha?
Not me personally, but I would like to counter. I would like to ask the men a question. That's like saying you want a caring woman, right? You want a woman who's caring towards you.
After I'm attracted.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, but I feel like
I'm not a hypocrite.
we
I'm the
argue-
same way.
we-
We're both the same.
Yes, we're not the same. But we
So you
we
two are
argue.
friends, right?
She looks after my cats.
You love
She
each
looks after
other?
my cats.
Can you imagine?
No
I
one's
feel
gonna
like
kill
we
each other after
argue
this.
so
This is
much
why
in
we brought her
circles
on, so-
this show, though. We argue in circles where it's like you keep going back to these like, shallow viewpoints where it's like
Initially, it is
attraction.
shallow. Initially, it is shallow. Then it becomes not shallow.
Okay,
Well,
but
okay,
then-
Bree, I
when
love
you
you.
can-
Bree, top it. I love you. My relationship with you is not shallow.
It's
Initially,
not. It's not. That's the
initially, when you and I met, we probably had some preconceived notions about one another, and then later on, we got to know each other as friends.
Yes.
That's my point. In the beginning, it is shallow. In the beginning, you do look at his shoulders and his biceps.
But I didn't
In the beginning,
like or dislike you based on your
No, 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 no,
attractiveness.
no, I don't- I understand
liked-
it. I
I didn't
understand
like
it.
you based on your viewpoints that you
but
espouse publicly.
initially,
That's
but
a
the very
different
in the very
thing.
first moment, from an unfamiliar environment, when women are not giving most men attention, I'm not talking about you and me. For most people, in that case, it is shallow initially.
But you're not staking on the same path. But this is a good point though. Why do you like me as a friend? What do you value in me as a friend?
Because you're funny and you love cats like I do.
And that's my point. When people say to me like, "How can you not agree with Michael on almost everything and still value his friendship?" All the things that I like and appreciate and value about you are none of the things that you're encouraging other people to be.
Exactly.
I like you because you're kind and you're
Yes.
caring. You think that's vulnerable and that's shitty.
I don't
like
have a
because
problem
you're
with kind and
reliable.
caring,
I
but
think
I
you're
just don't know.
intelligent outside of this
Again,
shit.
I
You're
totally
intelligent.
agree with you. But the problem is, I'm saying that to do those things after she's attracted. That's all I'm saying.
But,
So
but
it's
we're not
an
having sex.
aspect
So
of
if we're not having
access.
sex and you're not looking at me as attractive or not, but you're still getting.
Oh no,
to
this
that
is different.
point.
Your relationship with me is like with a dude. It's not the same thing.
Well, okay, then we're getting at something here. But I don't think that you're only saying that you only truly value beyond the physical.
No,
if
so
you have no-
it's a little weird. This is an interesting question because nobody's ever asked me this before. My friendships with girls that I am sleeping with, I'm also deeply friendship. Like I'd stay friends with them for a long time. I help them with their businesses. My exes, I have a really good relationship with all of them, even though we're not
You
sleeping
do.
together.
I agree.
So it's a little bit different for me, but most guys are not like me.
Okay, I have a question because
Red flag. How
I
you
was
see the red
brought
flag?
here. I was brought here with the under the notion that this was going to be about what makes a man, and I actually created a really beautiful little thing. to
Can
share.
we? How about
and
this?
I'm just so confused. Is that even a part of this topic
time out,
at
time out.
all?
Can we do
Are we
this?
talking
Hold
about
on.
that for
You wanted-
ABC
you guys
Australia?
wanted-
What
time
makes
out,
a
time out,
man?
time out. You guys wanted to interview. Could you want to interview her afterwards and then just go? Yeah, let's do that. Why don't you? She's gonna. They're gonna interview you afterwards, and you can just go directly into that. Yes. Guys, I'm taking everybody to Peppermill after this. If you guys want to,
I
okay?
love peppermill.
Okay.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah,
Please
go ahead,
ask a question.
please.
One question that I have is we're talking about vulnerability. I don't feel like we're only focusing on the romantic aspect of it.
Thank you. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
There's
Good.
also platonic relationships
Yes.
between a male and female where it's okay for someone to be vulnerable, but at what point is it okay
That's
for
a
the
great
platonic
question.
person to be vulnerable?
That's a great question.
Yes.
For me, one of the issues is if I am trying to invoke attraction in the opposite sex, I know that I need to reserve some vulnerability initially. They mentioned it before about a guy trauma dumping on them. However, if it's someone like, if I went through a horrible breakup, I would tell Bree all about it. That's different because there's no man, I'm holding on to this vulnerability so that maybe we can end up hooking up. I'm aware and have had enough experiences with women to know there's a point at which vulnerability is maximally attractive, and it's maximally attractive once she's attracted to me, and generally after we've had sex once. That's generally when it's a little bit more effective. Off the rip, the first date, and I've actually seen guys do this. First date with a girl, oh, but cheated on my last 3 girlfriends, and it was just really rough.
but what
I just want to,
about-
oh my
what
God. So I was like,
about-
you've been cheated on by your last 3
But
girlfriends?
what about our platonic friends? Because there's a lot of us in this room that have male friends that have never crossed that threshold of ever.
They probably
being
would though.
attractive.
They probably would.
Love each other. So at what point in friendship?
Ladies,
is it
your
okay
guy
for
friends,
us to
who
be-
thinks your guy friends would all sleep with you? Thank you.
My guy friend is in the black horse, and I am not black.
Guy friends you think would sleep with you. Your guy friend, raise your hand. You think your guy friends would sleep with you? Yeah, what the fuck are you? Come on.
No,
not all of
I
them.
know what my
Not all
friends
of
are
them.
into, and I am not that.
You know,
my guy
and
friends
I'm the
are-
worst wing woman ever.
You were not
No,
Monica. You were not a bad ring
So
woman.
let me
thank you,
see if
Michael.
let me see if I can answer her question as far as vulnerability in a platonic situation is concerned. Now, Mike is one of my best friends. Okay,
Wait, but
so
you're
so
not-
when I'm having surgery or something, or when something's going on like with me, I know I can talk to this guy, right? So that's vulnerability. It's a different kind of vulnerability. Okay, so we've been working together for a long time. We've been friends for a long time. And so if I'm going to tell him something, I know it's going to be in confidence, and we're going to, we'll be able to, to discuss things in that perspective. Okay. We're both heterosexual. I'm married. He's him.
In the
and so there's no sexual, context that's in there. But so that's what I was going to say is that's a different situation, different context. And what I was going to say is that, but when it's men and it's women, that vulnerability suddenly becomes something that is, it's a bonding is what it is. So if you have, like I said before, you've got to be the guy who's alpha, or be predominantly alpha, for lack of a better term. Okay, we're using alpha as the abstraction once again, right? And once that's your predominant personality, when you are on those rare occasions, maybe your dog dies or your something tragedy in the family, then at that stage, if that guy becomes vulnerable with the woman that he's at, it becomes so much more endearing, and it strengthens the relationship as a result of that, because that woman believes, and maybe correctly so, that only she can drag that out of him.
Let me say one other thing, because you brought up something about security. Another reason why I'm vulnerable if I'm in a relationship is because I know I can get into another relationship if this one ends. I don't want it to end, but everything ends. My father was killed by a drunk driver 20 years ago yesterday. Things end. Things happen. But in this world, one of the reasons why I'm capable of being vulnerable with her is because I have enough abundance to know that if she leaves, I'm going to wish her nothing but the best. Just like with my ex that you guys all met, I wish her nothing but the best. And I know that I can pick up and do other things with my life because I'm capable and have enough abundance in my life to be vulnerable. If I don't have those things, if I am in such an incredible sexual scarcity, and this is the first woman who's given me any attention in 10 years, I don't have that. And I'm afraid to be vulnerable because she'll leave. Yeah, go ahead.
You have that obsession,
which is not
of like, oh, if you're not here for
Which
me
is the
exactly how I want, then like, what are you doing? Like,
I'm a man, so I'm a little bit more forgiving and like I'll take 80%
but
of what I
Michael-
can get.
Michael, you are a man, but like a lot of guys out here are not like you. Like you are my friend. Like, again, exactly what Bree says. Like, I love being on the show. I like having the conversation. But outside of this, like, I love you here, but I love you outside of this too. A lot of men are not like that. And I know that you're trying to like teach them things like this, but sometimes like it's hard to teach. Like, you're just a genuine person. Rolo, you're a genuine person. You're here trying to help people. Some people just don't have that like mentality built into them that like you just have to be genuine.
I got to go.
Hold on, Mark. Is this what you thought was going to happen?
I have no plan.
Okay.
This show the one I'm making is all about what makes a good man. And every time I ask people what makes a good man, everyone says the same shit. Like, it's protective, it's that kind of stuff. I want to know for each and every one of you, what is your unpopular opinion? What is the thing that nobody says out loud about what actually makes a good man?
Ooh, and in the chat, you can answer that too, guys. In the chat.
You know, the thing that you all deeply believe that you never say out loud, because I don't want to hear the protective. I've heard that. I've heard everybody all around the world tell me that. What's the thing that nobody says out loud?
I think
about what
that
really makes
I
a
think
good man?
that everyone's saying high value man, and that's equating to being a multimillionaire.
Rich, yes.
And it's like, again, I don't really think that that's what equates to being a high value man.
What does then?
Emotional safety, like I said, because of vulnerability, right? Like, so providing that. And if I can feel like he can open up with me, then I can open up with him, and that he's not going to just use and abuse me to provide and protect. But I think that things get so extreme and blown up out of proportion because of social media, because of what people are seeing. And yes, I think that a lot of women are getting confused, and just like there's the red pill chatter, there's like the women chatter, and it's like, oh, well, is he getting you a Hermes? Is he getting you a Kelly? Is he getting you a Bentley? Okay, it's like, okay, well, like
he's not, but he loves me.
But yeah, like
100%. He's not getting me a Bentley, but like
Somewhere Shira 7, her ears are burning.
And
You
do I
just said
love
he's
him?
not giving you a Bentley, but he loves you.
But
Somewhere
no,
right now,
because-
Russell Hartley's fucking brain is
and
exploding.
that's fine, because a lot of average women, not in the influencers, this and that, who are used to Mercedes and Bentleys, like real ass women, like all of us here, who I know half of the girls who are here, we don't have Bentleys, we don't have Mercedes, but we're trying to find a man that like accepts us for us, we accept them for them, and we're trying to build something together. Like, yes, I would love a man for me to buy me a Corvette in 1970s like style. If y'all hear that, like, let me know.
My girl-
I would
my
love
girl.
that. But you
Shout out
guess
to the
what? I'm not
Stingray.
gonna
You know
gonna
that's
marry
beautiful.
you because you buy me a 1970s Corvette. I'm gonna say thank you, son, and go on to my man.
We
Like-
also don't want to be Barbara the Builder. Don't want to be Barbara the Builder.
Let her go. Let her
Your
go.
word is what makes a man a man. Your word, without that, you have nothing. Exactly. Your word.
Okay.
Do your actions line up with your words?
100%.
That's
It's
the
like your
most important thing, because that's what creates emotional
Okay.
safety. Do your words and actions align?
So that's trust.
Are you going to do what you say you're going to do? Because a lot of men, they like to future fake. They like to talk and hear themselves talk. It's like, no one told
But
me.
also, when it comes to trust, like, it goes both ways, because I'm a girl. I know bitches are sneaky as hell.
We're not even
I'ma be
talking about
honest.
infidelity. We're not even talking about
I've
it.
been
For
a
me-
sneaky bitch. I've been a sneaky bitch, and I know
All right,
men
all
are
right.
also sneaky. Like,
All right, Monica,
it's not
Monica, hold on.
trust.
It's what you're gonna do.
Star Child, go ahead. No, you. What do you? What's
Damian, I know you wrote a bunch of notes. So for you, like, what's the thing about being a man that people get wrong?
So as I was saying before, so much of what I like to call opportunity here is because what the mind calls a problem, love calls an opportunity. And I am in the blissness, as I like to call it, of love, of like real, true love. I love that you call me a star child. So blessed. So again, a lot of the opportunity here is about performance. And it has been brought up so many times. If you actually look deeper to what so many of the women are speaking to, it's because of it's about performance. So real masculinity, as I see it, is about presence and is around not just performing, but to actually be able to inhabit themselves, to be able to inhabit their body, to be able to feel, like actually let themselves feel what is coming up for them, to be able to like be taught to be able to sit in the discomfort, and to be able, what happens if you're willing to sit in discomfort, for all of us,
Yes.
anyone, if you're willing to sit with the feelings that are really challenging, with the uncomfortable sensations that come up in the body, what happens is that we actually expand our capacity to hold. And what happens when we expand our capacity to hold is that we can feel more. And what happens when we feel more is that we can experience more of life. So what I actually help people do is I help people come alive from the inside. So what happens when we fully come alive and inhabit our bodies from the inside, we become multi-orgasmic, and we are able to experience becoming orgasmic without sex. So here's the magic of why I am called an orgasmic oracle, why I created the Orgasmic Life Method, is because what I help people do is to expand their capacity to hold pleasure. If you want to be able to feel pleasure and joy and orgasmic bliss and like all of these things that we want, be able to like even hold the amount of money that we want to have, to be able to hold the kind of relationship that we want to have. If you want to be able to feel those high highs, you have to be able to feel the lows. You have to be able to dive deep into the discomfort, to be able to
feel the depths,
be with the challenging emotions, to feel with all of that. And what that thing is of the darkness, like that thing that people are afraid of, like to be able to feel a lot, that void energy of like the numbness and the discomfort, that is the feminine. The feminine is the infinite void. That's from where all of you, no one came here without entering through the portal of a woman. Okay. And the fact is, most of us are afraid of women because we're afraid of that void space. We're afraid of the darkness. We're afraid of the depths. We're afraid that if we let ourselves feel so much, it's going to take over us and we're not going to be able to ever escape it. We can't get out. And that's where like the fear of like committing suicide and all these things. But the fact is, if you're actually willing to let yourself feel it all, you will transform it. And I've helped people. I was in a walker a few months ago with a debilitating spinal injury. Literally couldn't get. I was peeing on in a bucket on the floor. Okay, I was told I had to get $100,000 surgery to fix it. Hi, I'm here. Just a few months later. So you know what else I had? Endometriosis. Was told I had to have surgery or get on birth control and just live with the pain for the rest of my life. I healed that naturally. You know what else I've helped people heal? Everything you can imagine under the sun, from debilitating everything. Like, and the fact is you can say data and it's not whatever science, but I've experienced it over and over and over and over and over again. And the way that we do that is through being able to expand our capacity to feel.
I feel that. I totally am picking up what you're laying down, girl, because trust me, I get it. I get that. And I do want more men to lean into that space because it would be, the depths of passion would be amazing. I understand that on every level. But these guys aren't doing that. They're not leaning into that.
I'm not telling you, great, perfect. I'm not telling you that you
yeah.
guys need to do that. I'm just offering another perspective. And the fact is if we can open ourselves up to expand our perception of reality, to actually see that what you want between, like the fact that you just want what's between a woman's thighs, right? The reason why you want to go home to that portal so much is because that's the fucking portal from which you came. Okay. So the fact is that that's the portal from which all life comes. That's the portal that you came through. Okay, that's how you got to this planet.
They want to go back home,
No,
girl.
exactly.
They wanna go back
And
home.
and think about that. Think about
To the
that.
woman.
You want to go back home. Okay, what I'm literally helping people do is to actually go home. And the thing is when you go home, you realize that you don't actually need sex in the way that you thought you need sex. And then when you actually do make love and have sex later on, it's beyond your wildest dreams. Like I'm talking about sexual healing, sex
How to
magic.
get her together with Janelle.
So I'm talking about
We
real,
gotta get
like
those, you know.
infinite
That would be-
orgasms.
that
I'm
would be
talking about.
That
I
would
can
be an
help-
infinite podcast.
Everyone
It would
here
go
has the
forever.
ability to
Yes,
have
it
like
would.
infinite orgasms where
Those
you can
men
literally be in
only exist
orgasmic
at
bliss for
Burn or
hours and hours.
Green
Okay,
Grass
so to be a real man
Perfect.
is to
I don't go to
to-
Burning
to
Man and
be-
I experience
to
it,
be
so.
a real man is to enter the void and be
Come home.
be multi-orgasmic. Got it. Okay,
Come
so
home.
Hold on, Christina, I wanna know.
Christina, you want to re-ask the question again since we got a little off track?
Let me ask the question.
I want to know the unpopular opinion about what really makes a good man. 'Cause, you know, the stuff that people like don't say out loud.
Hygiene.
I think what makes a good man is, are you
Not
able to make a
unpopular.
woman feel safe?
Safe.
Are you able to make a woman feel safe? Are you able to not project your insecurities to her? And you know what I mean? I think that's one of the most important things for me.
It's a good answer.
And in order to do that, you have to be connected to your heart.
Got
And I feel like Mark
you
from
have to
Australia,
be connected to more than just your cock.
In the
you're
Ethereum, got it.
asking Mark from Australia. You're asking like what do women need from men that isn't the norm? Like I've asked women all these questions. They're saying the same answer. If they're saying the same answer, why is that like not the answer to it? Like if we're saying that we need like somebody who's protective, why is that not enough for that to be the answer to
Westy,
it?
what do you think?
Oh,
What's your take?
again, please.
I wanted to know
What's
the maybe better way of looking at it. What's the unspoken thing you're looking for in a man?
The unspoken thing when I'm looking for a man? So I've been in a few different relationships, and you know, I thought I needed a nice man. I needed someone who could provide for me. I needed someone who could protect me. I really thought that's what I needed. And then I would get with these men who were extremely nice to me and, you know, do XYZ for me. And it still wasn't enough. And it came to the realization, why is that not working if that's exactly what I'm looking for? I'm looking for a nice guy who doesn't yell at me or treat me terribly. He provides, he takes care of the bills, and, you know, is protecting me in a sense that I feel quote unquote safe when I'm with him. And then it came down to, I'm looking for someone who also is independent of me, that I can feel that is his own separate entity, and that I was with these men who didn't really understand or love themselves enough, that they were projecting how they thought I needed them to be, and I was accepting what I thought I needed them to be. And we weren't compatible because it wasn't working, because I didn't love myself to realize that I needed someone could argue with, who didn't give me exactly what he said. Like
Put you on
everything.
a pedestal.
Well, he puts me on a pedestal, but he also is telling me when I'm wrong, when I do need to look better. And the honest truths are like, I did an audition and he was like, you're not going to get the job in the outfit you're wearing. And how did he know that? Because he used to do the auditions and he would be like, the way you look right now, you're not going to get it. And it was tough love, but it was in the sense that like I needed that. So what's the unspoken thing? There needs to be an understanding of like this separate entity between us, that we both love each other so much, but we also love ourselves enough to tell each other the ugly truths, the ugly truth, like where I'm telling that I don't think, he's doing XYZ to build himself, but then he doesn't think that like, he needs me to appreciate. I need someone to argue with. That's going to be honest.
There it is.
I don't know what's going on there, but
these comments are really
the comments.
good.
This is my first time ever doing a show with a bunch of comments, and it's wild.
So good.
Can somebody explain to me what is a beta orbiter?
Oh, it's someone gets put in the friend zone. So orbiter means it's like they just hang around in the orbit of the girl.
But then know your place and move on.
And then they're not willing to like make a move where they got friend zone. That's what it means.
Or is that just like a platonic friendship and people just
Well, no. So there's a platonic friendship. Like her and I have a platonic friendship. Then there's
Are you sure that's a friendship?
Yes, of course. What are you talking about? She takes care of my cats. There's nothing you can do more than for me to take care of my cats. Listen, but then there's like if I was trying to shoot my shot secretly, but I was too afraid to try to shoot my shot, that would be a beta orbiter. Does that make sense?
That's the most.
But then like girl parent just fucking do it. Like literally. Like that's
You ain't gonna tell me.
Like, and I don't gotta tell you.
You ain't gotta tell me.
I'm telling the people
all of your
podcast,
OnlyFans subscribers.
No, and I don't
orbiters.
even have OnlyFans and none of that. But it's like again, everybody says shoot your shot. Oh, I'm gonna get like she's not gonna do this, not gonna do that. At least and then move on. You're obviously gonna find a girl that's gonna fuck with you the way that you are, like this, and that. If you shoot your shot, you shot it. You airballed it. Give a fuck. Everybody lasts for 3 seconds. But like move on from it. Like I'm a girl.
3 seconds. I'm right here. That's not cool.
Hey yo. I've shot my shot. You know how many times I've been hella
like I'm taking crazy pill.
Dead ass. But guess what? Did I keep shooting my shot? Yes, because I'm a fucking baller. Ew.
Hey,
anyway.
Bree, like you know Michael the best here, as far as I can tell. Ew. What is it that you think? What is it you think? Sorry.
Here we go.
That is an insult. I'm sorry.
This is awesome.
No, what is it that you wish more men knew about what women actually think about them?
Is that honestly there is no right answer. There is no course. There is no nothing.
It's for every girl.
Well, there is no course.
I'm sorry.
You're saying there is no course. I mean, isn't that what the boys do?
Well, no, it's not an insult to it's not an insult to Michael. It's just that I feel like the world is random. It's like asking how do you raise a kid right? If there was a formula, if there was a method, then the world would be a perfect place. So when we come on here, and I get that's the shtick of the show and that's the thing, and I get it, but I feel like I've been on the show how many times? 5-6 times. It's the same conversations over and over again, the shit in the comments, the same archetype of women that come on the show. It's the same conversation and we never get anywhere. And you know why? Because there is no right answer. There is no solution. It's going to be different for every person. So, and what I would say to the men, women out there, how do I find love? How do I be a high vibe? It's going to vary person to person. If anything in the world, from the beginning of time, how about just focus on trying to be a decent human and move from there?
Focus on yourself.
Move from there. Yeah, focus on yourself. Move from there. There is no right answer. You know, it's like women want, men want. That's bullshit. Women, we're all different. What I want is going to differ from what she wants, what he wants. It's all going to be different. Just try to be a decent fucking person and get out of the chats and just, like get out into the world.
That's
the other thing. Yeah,
also
just come
find
on.
yourself.
Yeah.
Find yourself. Find your own who you are, because there's so much of this external validation that we're trying to find, and every women and men do this as well. It's all about coming back and reflecting on the inner, because we want all the answers. We want to find all the answers outside of us. It's all within us.
Hey, Rolo, as Bree was talking, your eyes were rolling pretty hard then. Why? What is it you disagree with?
Because there are certain similarities, there's commonalities that are just simply unignorable. So there are systems. And so that's in nature, that's in human beings, that's in anything else. So there are certain things that are going to remain consistent. It's like saying we are just random acts of chaotic atoms just smashing together, and we're just coming together as everybody's different, and everybody is going to be some sort of chaotic mess of whatever it is that they just happen to luck of the world. And what that really is to me anyways is there's a difference between, I don't know if you're familiar with the phrases hyper agency versus hypo agency. Now, hyper agency means I happen to the world. Hypo agency means that the world happens to me. I refuse that outlook on life. I happen to the world. I enforce my will on the world to create law in the chaos to begin with. So that what do I have to do? I have to look for similarities. I have to look for where human beings are very good, if nothing else, are very good at pattern recognition. And that's exactly what, even when there is no pattern, we will see patterns like in clouds or in the acoustic on the wall, things like that. So we will see those things for our betterment or for our not. The same thing applies to mathematics. It applies to all the sciences, applies to everything that is a system. The only thing that suddenly is not a system is men and women coming together.
No.
The only thing that can't be understood is men and women. One random star over here finds this other random star over here is bullshit. We have men and women have similarities that have been going together, finding each other for 200,000 years right now.
All right, but
so
by your
those
logic,
are the systems.
why is Michael not happily married, settled down with a woman with the children?
Burn!
Michael is
very happy
because Michael understands a system, and he's decided this is how I'm going to work within this system.
Yeah, Michael is very happy.
Well, no, I'm not saying you're not. I'm not like denigrating your relationships. All I'm saying is that if there's like a one-stop shop that you're saying there's data and we can get here, don't you want to be married? Which you told me you want to be married. With children.
So I want to be happy, right? And then maybe I would put children, and then maybe a pair bonded relationship with someone else, and then possibly married. But happy comes first.
So do you want to have children before marriage then?
What I'm saying is having children is a higher priority, which is not the highest priority for me, more than getting married, and then possibly not getting married at all.
So you would rather have like a child with someone that you wouldn't want to get married
No,
with?
well, maybe not get married, but I'm going to take care of my child. I'm going to be there all the time.
And that's the thing that I feel like there's the disconnect coming between men and women is like women, we do think about marriage before wanting to have kids. I know it's not as
Not
like
everyone
generational. I know that a lot of
getting into
nowadays it's the
specifics.
opposite type of way, but there are girls that do want to get married before having kids.
Get married, whatever. The difference between men and women right now is men speak the language of empiricism and women speak the language of emotionalism. And the problem is that the language of the universe right now happens to be emotionalism because women have decided that they are going to take control of the whole system right now.
And who let
decides?
us?
Yes, I'm not
Who
saying.
let us?
I'm not saying.
women take control?
I'm not saying it hasn't been. But here's so let me explain something to you. Whenever
how dare you?
Whenever the language of emotionalism encounters the language of empiricism, it always sounds like hate. That's why. That's the problem that you're having right now. And you want to know why the whole thing with the manosphere and masculinity, why we're in some sort of crisis right now, is because men are finally deciding that they see the code in the matrix right now. They understand in empirical sense. So they see the system and they understand that there's this one set of rules, one set of books, one set of understanding, and then there's this other set, and they're trying to play by this one, and it ain't working for them. So what they do is they have to come back over to another side, and that's the problem. When we're looking at, I think we were mentioning this when we were at Rolling Smoke, when we look at the difference between the political divide between men and women, we look at that 30-point skew towards the liberal side, while men have pretty much stayed the same when it comes to conservatism, right? If the normative state of our society right now is women's experience is the one that sets the global narrative for everybody, the fact that men aren't also up in that 30 skew, that seems like there's something wrong with guys. When guys don't cry at the end of Titanic. There's something retarded and there's something wrong with those guys because they can't relate with women's experience. So what do we say? You need to go to therapy. You need to go do these things. You need to become more female. And if you become more female, then you become more human. Why is that the benchmark? Why is that the metric?
But I don't think crying at the end of Titanic is feminine. Same as Marley and Me. Like if you cry at that, I don't think you're feminine at all.
Right,
I feel like
you can cry. What I'm saying is you can cry or not cry.
Right.
You can cry or
so
not
so
cry.
what I'm saying is this is like when women say men are emotionally unintelligent, when women say that men are emotionally unavailable, when men have emotional problems and it's sexy when they go to therapy or whatever else, what they're saying is, wouldn't it be great if men could be more like us? Men are subhuman
here's
until
the thing,
they
though.
become more female. To be perfected as a human being is for men to be, in some cases, literally become female.
Here's
So
the thing. That is not. Here's the thing, though, you guys.
You just said this a minute ago. That the void and all that other bullshit that
That's
just came
not
out
what
of your
I said.
mouth.
I would love
the whole thing. What that you just said. We all came out of the woman. That's the primary.
I love that.
That's the
That's
whole
what you
thing.
received from it. That's not what I
No,
said.
what I'm receiving from that is
would
it's
love
what I'm
to
receiving
just
from
have a
that is
really
that it's
simple
okay,
thing. I would love to just give you guys like a really, really simple thing to like recognize here,
Mhm.
because it's not about men becoming more female. That's actually a huge
Misconception.
it's not healthy either. It's not. It's about the balance. And the thing is, obviously, I know this is like a whole other world, and this might like make your guys' heads blow up or something. But the fact is like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the idea of like a sacred union within, because what that is, like the original sacred union is the merging of the masculine and feminine within. If you guys look at the ancient technologies of the, whatever the what's it called? The Michelangelo, like the painting where it's like shows, it's actual science, it's sacred geometry. It's the merging of the masculine and feminine. It's in the ancient cultures. It's in every single ancient culture from all over
I
the
love
world.
this
at the same
discussion. I
time.
think we should have a 3-hour discussion on
I know,
this.
we need to stop. It's
However,
too long.
We're out of time.
While I do
We're gonna end
appreciate
it.
this discussion and this exploration, this is not peer-reviewed data, and that's why it's a little
So
bit
you guys
different.
only
But
talk about peer-reviewed
that's what
data
I'm
because that's
saying.
bullshit.
Because
guys
men
have been talking about so much
value
shit that's
numbers
not
and data and
peer-reviewed
stuff. Where
data.
women, like, we take in the data, but we also take in the fact of being a
We're
fucking human and
intuitive.
emotions
We are
and
intuitive.
Yes.
Women,
point
men
and
and women are
facts.
different. We all agree. Period. It's not even a question. Okay. I just want to bring in like to like whatever close this out. That the most powerful thing that every single one of us could do, men, women, whether you're, trans, whatever, merging.
That's what it's called now.
Because you told me
It's
you
like
said,
you're merging.
you said to not.
Well,
say-
I'm
Well, I was
in
about to
between.
say the
I'm
word,
in
you said
between
to not.
genders. I'm in between.
I
genders
remember
this
you
week.
said to not say the word, so I was trying
That's
to
fine. No,
come up with
we're
another
3 hours.
We're
You can say
after
whatever you want.
15 minutes. You're
Okay.
good.
You can talk about the
All I'm
painter in
saying-
fucking Germany in 1939 at this point. Nobody
Okay,
cares.
All I want to say is that the most important thing that we could all be doing for ourselves, hands down, is to actually go in instead of always looking out, looking at blaming, shaming, focusing on the judgment, focusing on the comparison, focusing on what everyone else is doing. The most powerful thing that you could actually do to transform every single area of your life is to actually go in.
I love it.
And to take responsibility.
Yeah.
And
But-
the balance, which is wait, is that merging that I was talking about is the balance of the masculine and the feminine within. And in order to actualize
Together.
real transformation in your life and experience a world that is, I can already tell, beyond anything you guys have ever experienced. And I would love to give you an experience someday if any of you were ever open to it.
I don't know if
But
my
I'll
girlfriend
tell
would
you,
appreciate that.
It's
but
not
yes.
sexual. It's not sexual.
I'm kidding.
I'll bring you to multiple orgasms without sex.
Platonic.
I'll show you. But
I
the thing
honestly
is,
feel like right now we're dancing in circles and
Just
getting
had one.
absolutely
All right,
nowhere.
time
with
out, time
this-
out. Dummy on it.
with
Dummy
this
on it.
at all.
Dummy on
I
it.
just wanna
I need you to do
feel
something.
like
I need you to do something after this. I need you to go talk to Tyus, who owns the studio, and you need to expel all of this in a 3-hour show on your own. There's multiple studios. There's 4 different studios in here. You need to do that. But unfortunately, there's 12 of us on the show, so we can't.
I gotta
can't
get
go
I
into
gotta
the
get a
guy's
super
show.
chat. Let
Okay?
me get his super chats real quick.
just
Here we go.
finding the balance between
right.
the two. That's
I'm
all
gonna
saying.
find the
It's
balance
about
of the super
balance.
chats right
That's
now.
We should find the balance and close.
Thank you for this. Okay, so hey guys, another great Access Vegas. Love you guys. Thank you very
We
much.
love you too. Hey, we love
Hey.
you too.
I suspect that many women push back on what Michael says because they want the feelings they have regarding men they care about to be 100% natural and some sort of quantum star magic. Okay. And well, I was this sensitive, fragile dude in my younger years. Guess what? I have a lot of female friends, 0 female lovers. So thank you, Miss Coach. Been there, done that. When I man up and build my body, that's when I fuck.
Bruh.
True. All right. Foundational question for the panel, although I don't think we don't have time for this one. Let's see. Ratings, Michael. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're not rating the girls. No. We're not rating the girls.
Tens,
You're
obviously.
all
You're all
tens.
tens.
Clearly, yes,
What are you
yes.
talking about?
Yeah, in the astral
Hey,
realm.
you know what? It's Schrodinger's
Right.
10. You're all 10.
And
No
that's
one
an
shades.
insult right there.
Yes. All right. No one should listen to this hard child oracle nonsense. Too many words. Blah, blah. Okay. And then was this the last one?
Looks like.
Here we go. Horoscope final boss.
That's so
All
funny.
right, you win. You win the super chat of the show with that last one.
Final boss.
All right, let's close out.
All right, guys. Real quick. West.
Yes.
I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah, me too.
Did you have a good time?
I had an amazing time.
I'm really glad you came back.
I love having these wonderful discussions with various viewpoints, and everyone always has something to say. And I think it's, a great debate. And the only way for us to ever really grow is to learn from each other.
Agreed.
Christina, we still can't believe you're here. It's fucking incredible.
I know.
It's a miracle
Huh?
that I came here. I think it's a miracle that I came here.
It's actually AI.
We literally said your name 3 times and you appeared.
guys
I think it
summoned
was
me.
more than 3.
Guys, for those of you who don't know, Christina has been on the cover photo for the show on like 6 different occasions and didn't show up. She didn't show up to any of them. I didn't.
This one.
I've hung out with her before, but I didn't know if she was a real person. I wasn't sure, and then
He thought I was AI one time.
I thought she was. Yeah, it's not a real person. Do you have a good time?
I had a great
Will you come back? Yeah. Will you tell anyone
In
that you
10
talk-
episodes.
Will you tell anyone that you talk to this nonsense that they say Michael just has them on the show and embarrasses them? Just tell them this is ridiculous. Okay.
tell
Beautiful.
them.
Damiana, do you have a good time?
Fantastic.
Good.
I'm so grateful. This was amazing.
I really think you need to start a podcast.
Do it.
I think you need to do a live stream with a chat and then just go back and forth.
Curious how you do this.
It's real simple. We use StreamYard. Some people use OBS and Restream. It's something we can teach you. Also, they know how to do it here. And this is a very, very awesome, affordable studio. You should check it out. Michi, did you have a good time?
I had a terrible time. No, I'm just kidding. This is great. It was very insightful. I am actually really happy to experience Damiana and a lot of things that she had to say. I had a lot more to say, but I'm a patient woman. So
you really
Oh, we'll have you back on.
We'll have you back on. We definitely want you to
for
come
sure.
back on. 100%. Monica, how you doing?
Per usual, I had a great time.
Monica, I do think you're a great wing woman. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, okay, because my guy friends said I'm horrible because all the bitches they bring around are weird. So
They're
I tell
just-
them they're
no,
weird,
Monica.
and then they're like,
They're just
Are you
think
kind of
they're
a bully?
weird?
You're kind of a bully.
I
Yeah.
am, but like I'm
They
looking
bring
out.
that. That's
I'm
good.
looking
They're
out.
looking at it. Don't you
Like
want the truth? Like, wouldn't you rather us tell you the
exactly.
truth than, like,
So,
go
so no,
for
I'm with you.
nothing,
So
bro?
a good wing woman is this. Being physically attractive is important, but the great part of a wing woman is when I tell you something, you can't judge me. Like you have to be like, hey,
Thank you.
girl
So-
over there, I want to get with her. I need your help.
But
Like,
if
don't
I
judge
heard
me.
if I heard what she was saying in the bathroom about you, wouldn't you want me to tell you what she's saying in the bathroom? Thank you.
100%. 100%.
Bass player from Metallica.
Wing woman.
Bree, did you have a good time?
No, but
You didn't
I'm
have a good
here
time?
because I'm your friend.
Yes.
I fucking love Bree.
We bring you because you're an element of chaos.
I got
Agents of
I got
chaos.
Willie down from like 22 pounds. He's
Wait.
down to 19 pounds.
Can we say hi to Mother's Milk?
Oh, Mother's Milk. Yeah,
Mother's
Laz Alonso.
Milk.
So
Mother's Milk.
Laz Alonso from the boys.
The boys. Actually, I love you so
I don't know if
much.
he's watching this episode, but he watches.
But
some of the
Mother's Milk, when you got wrapped around that long ass
Don't
dick,
say anything.
like
Don't
I
say
felt
anything.
for
Don't
you.
say
ruin it. Don't ruin
It
it.
was season 3. It
Oh, that's
already
right.
happened.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
okay, but I love you.
All right.
I'm tired. Can we?
Jen, yeah,
wrap
of course.
this up?
Jen,
Okay.
what's going on?
I have not seen that, but that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, watch The Boys is
The
tremendous.
Boys is amazing.
It's just not like the last season, but I've seen some of the first.
You
It
need
is-
to see all the seasons.
It is somehow the darkest and most woke show on TV.
It is. It really is.
It is the most woke show on TV, and it's incredibly dark. I
I
just
love
it.
Homelander.
Yeah.
And
What,
Soulja
what,
Boy.
did, what, did you what did you think of the show?
Hey guys, we can hear you talking. We can hear you talking.
Yeah, it always opens my mind up to different things to like think about. So it's really nice.
Incredible.
Cool.
What'd you think?
This is very interesting.
Yeah?
But, it was very interesting.
Okay.
I don't know what else.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it's good.
I did. I mean, hearing other people's perspectives was cool. But
That's what
I
it
feel
is,
like-
right?
I feel like honestly, we danced in circles when it could have been more focused because I feel like everyone wanted to put their opinion out there, but no one actually made a single point.
Well, here's the thing.
In my opinion.
When we clip this, when my clippers, shout out to Joe and Jaheel, when they clip this, it'll make coherent points.
I hope so, because I was confused.
Yeah. What? Did you have a good time, Kara?
Yeah, I had a great time. I love always like hearing like everyone's opinion. I'm personally like a man hater. Like I really like hate.
She really does.
Like,
She's
trust me,
hella
like,
against men.
like a man will come up to me in public and they'll be like,
How dare you?
Like, okay, cool. Like,
What if a girl introduced you to a man? Would you still be like that?
yeah, like
She's
I've had
more like
had
that.
friends introduce me to men before, and like
She's
they're
just
the
very
biggest
picky.
fan, like-
Are you lesbian?
Okay, no, I'm not lesbian. I mean, I used to
Like
be.
men.
I love men, but they have to be like at least 6'2", dark chocolate, athletic. Like
How dark are we talking?
The darker the better.
Okay, now we have a clear
The darker
understanding.
the
My
better.
friends have put up the
Can
percentage stats
can you
and
guys put a raise your
0.0%.
hand in the chat with your skin color so we can
Black.
we can go ahead and hit you up with.
I
Kara
feel
right
like
here.
I just took a bath in battery acid.
6'11" too. He has to be 6'11" and
You have
black.
to be taller than me, or else. Yeah, why would I want to ride?
Kira.
Kira.
Kira, I'm going to a bunch of summer league parties, so we should.
There it is.
Listen, if you are a minority, you are Kira's priority.
All right.
It's literally my type. My friends have like done the percentage and everything. Like my type is like 0.00.
Yeah, no, our guy
you-
friends did all the math for us. It's
Yeah.
0.0001%.
If you are brown, then Kira is down.
These bitches to go to hell.
Hey, Kira, you want to look at my journal real quick? I have
Oh
all
my
the
God, here we
tips.
go.
All right, let's
Let
do
me
Brian.
send that.
Brian, what was this? What you expected, Brian?
Australia. Was this what you
Mark,
expected, guys?
let's go Australia.
This was extremely eye-opening. Thank you for letting me back.
Yeah, anytime.
I am, well, I've got an undrunk thing of tequila here that really wants to get drunk.
He's gonna get drunk.
Welcome to Vegas.
All right, incredible. We got through all the super chats.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We're ready to go.
All right, for everybody else who's out there, we really appreciate you watching us. There's a ton of super chats. I didn't
I
expect
got
that.
to yours.
A lot of people watching. Like I said, this Friday I'm going to start live streaming. Please come check me out. I would really appreciate if you guys would go on my X, go on my I haven't started my Kick yet, but my Rumble. Please, because I never know if YouTube is going to get rid of me. I never know if Instagram is going to get rid of me. So please help me out. And check out these other.
We'll be on Kick by next
yeah,
show.
yeah. And then the other thing about Kick is that if I say things that are like a little bit more real, that I'm not going to get kicked off of YouTube, I can say that on Kick. So I do appreciate you guys if you want to check that out. And Bree can be there as well and chastise.
Tell us how real everything is.
Chastise me from minute to minute.
All right.
So I appreciate you guys checking us out. Remember June 3rd in Los Angeles, we're going to be doing Babes in Toyland, and then August 6th in Las Vegas, we're going to be doing Babes in Toyland again.
Yeah.
And then for those of you guys who are interested, Swimsuit USA's World Championship is the 3rd week of October. I'm going to be there. I've got 3 prelims that I'm going to be hosting. If you guys are interested in being part of that, you guys can talk to the people at Swimsuit USA. I love those people. They're terrific. And I will see. I think that's pretty much it. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you all you ladies.
Yay.
This is terrific. Let's all get to know each other.
Love you guys.
That's nasty. It is nasty, right? Isn't it nasty?
Who wants to go to Peppermill? You want to go to Peppermill? Michi, do you want to go to Peppermill?
Wants
Hey,
you to have the baby.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Mark, if you want the